but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves. DJ, gonna turn this house around somehow.
I thought of something funnier than 24, 25.
Yeah, all the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best memories.
We don't sleep when the sun goes down. We don't waste no precious time. All my friends in the loop, making up for teenage crime.
Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah.
We don't sleep when the sun goes down. We don't waste no precious time.
I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you listening. I can tell it is. Not trying to be romantic. I hit it from the back, just you don't get attached. I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you listening. I can tell it is. Not trying to be romantic. I hit it from the back, just you don't get attached.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true.
She's got a smile that it seems to me
Success.
reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
So what you do to me? So what you do to me? So what you do to me? What you do to me? What you do to me?
Sweet Texas, ain't no holding. Lay your cards down. Pocket Lexus, throw your keys up. Go round.
Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jerry Dale's got a history. There's a party downtown near 50. I think I'll take my whiskey and leave. My coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I take my whiskey and leave. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. You're too sweet for me. Everybody at the bar get good.
She's a bad thing, fine as hell, biggest fool. Oh my God, that's my baby. Caroline, put it fine, mighty fine. Started really go to time. That's true. Like a pool. Holy, I'm heatless. It's looking like it's about time. Caroline, listen up. Don't wanna hear about your horoscope or what the future holds. Shut up and let's get it.
You are the dancing queen.
lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Don't you know how to run when you're not next to me?
Special teams, special plays, special players.
Hide away with me some more. You're just a hideaway. You're just a feeling. You let my heart escape. Beyond your meaning. Don't even I can find a way to stop the storm. Oh, baby, it's out of control. It's closing.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Feel like people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh, baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Ooh,
Now he's thinking about me, living my goals. And that's sweet like this soul. So you can save me, I know. Understand me, it's been so. Move it up down, bright holes. Gentle lightning to low. So you can save me, I know. Understand me,
I
it's
had
been
some
so.
help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. And deep in every weekend, if you couldn't tell, they say teamwork makes it.
Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny?
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the bunch. One glance was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look.
Ain't no Holly Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody gon' respect the shoe, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was glad to let you go. But now since I see
Bitch, you make they call me Superman. Leap tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now, got no ring on his finger now. I never let another chick bring me down in a relationship. Save it, bitch, babysit. You make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit. jump on Shady's dick, straight from the hip, cut to the chase. I tell a motherfucking slut to her face, play no games, say no names. Ever since I broke over what's her face, I'm a different man. Kiss my ass, kiss my lips, bitch my ass, kiss my dick, get my cash. I'd rather have you whip my ass.
You say that I'm messing with your head. All 'cause I was making out with your friend. You're on your knees, begging please stay with me. But honestly, I just need to be a little crazy. All my life I've been good, and now I don't think you're worth the hell. All I want is to mess around, and I don't really care about.
Show yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees growing, be haunted. Show yourself, take only what you need from it.
Think you're worth the hell.
A family of trees growing,
Since I wanna make it, I'm a $1 million baby. Don't let me hell no.
1738. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass soon as you came in the door. I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip and now she remix it for love.
slang when you notice the stripes, the dirt in your fries. Hope it's right when you die. Old and bony.
And I get high with my baby, baby. I just left the mall, I'm getting fly with my baby, yeah. And I get robbed with my baby, baby. I'll be in the kitchen cooking pies with my baby, yeah.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Tell me why the best things feel so wrong. Summer nights, love them how they take so long. Run with the feeling of being alive while we're still young.
Ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it good being all alone?
I wanna be the one that I call baby. Concussion, big boys and bars. Shoot another shot to stop the feeling. You could say just the way you are. Make an excuse for the stupid reason. Yeah, to stop the world, just to stop the feeling.
Who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando?
Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse.
Don't get me started, love. I've had too much drink. Had too much time to think. So leave me alone.
One kiss is all it takes.
Drake. Now shake that ass for me. Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me. Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me.
I don't mind spending every day out on your corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while.
I don't care if Monday's black, Tuesday, Wednesday, hard to.
Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, have we made it? I think we've made it. I think we've made it to the next chapter. We've made it to the next destination. We're at the train stop, baby. All aboard. 2026 begins right now. Winter break is over. Traders are getting ready to go. Man, I am so excited. I'm so ready. I'm pumped on up. I'm jacked on up on this day. And it really just comes on down to the pure fact that what? That today is the day. Today is the day that every single trader starts off at zero. Everyone is waking up into this day, coming into their scanners, coming into their charts, and saying, I am at a $0 P&L. Nancy Pelosi is at a $0 P&L. We can see Obama is on a $0 P&L. Warren Buffett is on a $0 P&L. I'm on a $0 P&L. You are at $0. Let's see what is going to happen over the next 12 months. Make this the greatest year of your life. That's what it's all about here, traders. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Ready to rock and roll. Scanner's all set. Got the Cobra hat. Cobra sent me a hat, so I kind of want to rock this year. I kind of look like I'm about to rob a bank, I feel like. You guys ever see that movie like Insider Man or Inside Man? You know, with Denzel. I feel like I'm that guy. That's kind of what I feel like I look like right now. But you know what? We're going to rock it for the, again, Cobra squad here. Now, let's get ready for this big day. Let's get ready for an absolutely awesome day ahead. Right now here, traders, we have SOWG. We have MOBX. We have GHRS, DVLT, RDHL, TENX. We got a few plays that you got so much potential on. Guys, I'm sorry. I can't contain myself right now. I don't know if I'm going to go over one play today or if I'm just going to say how excited I am for today. No, let's pull it in. Let's bring it together. Everyone just calm the fuck down. Whew. All right, let's figure this out. Every single person. Big thing is, number one, ZBIO dumped. Every now and then we see something like this happen. Let's try to figure this out here together. For anyone who does not know, ZBIO came out with a press release. And let's try to figure this out on why the stock dumped on down. Every now and then we see this. It's a little random, but every now and then we do see something like this where it'll say, come out with positive results, and then the stock crashed. Very odd, very weird. So we actually take a look at this play. It was a 4-star press release, announces positive results from phase 3. So what do we have? We met primary endpoints, demonstrating clinical, meaningful, highly statistical significant 56% reduction. There has to be some little caveat inside of this press release of being like, we didn't reach this though. Because I will say this, 9 out of 10 times, this is a great press release. 9 out of 10 times, this is something that's going to lead towards a very big breakout. When you meet your primary endpoints, when you have positive results on phase 3 trials. If you're asking why is ZBIO dumping at this moment, I cannot give you a strict answer. I cannot say, oh, because it's this. This is one of those weird things that sometimes, again, stock trading does have its unpredictability behind it. Guys, I've been trading now for I'm going into 11 years now. 11 years I've been into the market. Kind of crazy for me to say. But at the same time, I do want you guys to realize that there are times that stock trading is predictable. There are times where we can have the odds in our favor. There are times that we have a better chance of success of winning money than losing money. But not every second, not every moment, not every day, not every single time all of a sudden we jump into a play we can expect to be able to win. We have to be very particular about where we're going to enter plays. Now, why is maybe ZBIO getting this bounce play? Well, because that's a 200-day moving average. I could imagine a lot of traders at this moment running into ZBIO trying to get a dip buy. Couldn't you guys? ZBIO at this moment dropped from $34, crashed on down to $18.40. Guess what? A lot of people are buying this play off the 200-day moving average and starting to move it right back on up. So that play definitely has a lot of potential right here over on ZBIO. You guys, right now, the number one top gainer, MOBX. Stock spiked, little bit of a fade right now. SOWG, only a 30-cent stock. Stock spiked, starting to come right back on down. GHRS, 41 million. DVLT, 329 million. RDHL, little bit of a spike, little bit of a dump right back on down. Let me ask you guys something right now. What is the main talk of the town? Does anyone know? What is the main talk of the town right here at this moment? And that is going to be Venezuela. Venezuela. Oil stocks. Chevron, right? Not Chevrolet. Chevron. Oil plays. We are seeing oil stocks go on very nice pops here this morning because all of a sudden, guess what? We start seeing at this time, ooh, hey, we just basically captured this president of Venezuela, took him over. Now the U.S. is in Venezuela. We are seeing a lot of excitement. We're seeing, again, a lot of hype. The Venezuelan people, again, having a parade. Now, what is Trump going to do down there? What is the next move down there? I don't know. Guys, I'm not part of the White House. I'm not part of Congress. I'm not part of the House or the Senate or any of that. I have no idea. But what we are seeing is all oil and gas stocks are moving on up. Here's a fun fact. I can't tell you if, again, this is going to have anything's going to happen from this in the future. But here's a fun fact. We look at Dubai. And Dubai, when I think of Dubai, I close my eyes and I honestly think of giant modern skyscrapers. I think of Lamborghinis and Bugattis. I think of every single person just seems like they're extremely wealthy. Don't you guys have that similar image about Dubai? Why is that? Why do we have that image? Well, because they have so much oil money. Dubai in the Middle East, that is one of the most richest areas in the world with some of the most wealthy people. Well, here's a little fun fact that a lot of people do not know. Venezuela actually has more oil than Saudi Arabia, than the Middle East. Isn't that crazy? You might say, what? What? The thing is, we never tapped into it. They haven't tapped into it. Now, why is that? Well, again, it's not as pure. It's not as rich. It would take a lot more filtering and things along those lines. But let's just think about why maybe we are seeing like CVX, go on this nice pop and rip and run. We have an oil company, CVX, which already has operations there. Trump, who is already a major drill baby drill type of president. And now could we be tapping into this unlimited oil supply that, again, basically has been untouched for years? Yeah, maybe. Maybe this is expectations. Maybe this is excitement. Maybe this is people saying, hey, look what could be coming on up here in the near future. So that's going to be something that we want to definitely be diving into. I am going to, again, read a lot about that today. Just a little heads on up. But it's going to be 8 o'clock in the next 2 minutes. So I just want to see if there's going to be any sort of big news that's going to come on out. Okay? So any big news that's going to be coming on out, any sort of big hype, any sort of big action, we just want to make sure that we are all set, ready to rock and roll on this day. Guys, so we got about 2 minutes until this brand new press release wave. All eyes over on Fox Runner here. Let's get the scans. Let's make sure that we're all good. And today's the day that we've been waiting for because, I'll be honest with you. The last 2 weeks, hey, let's be upfront with each other. The last 2 weeks, it was Christmas Eve. It was Christmas. Amazing time. I love Christmas. Christmas is incredible. Last week, New Year's Eve, New Year's. I hope everyone had a great New Year's. I sat on my couch with my wife, and I just watched Ryan Seacrest bring in the new year. That's what I did. I just relaxed, watched again some people perform. It was an awesome time. It was great. It was awesome to be able to have a little time off, get into the gym, start eating right, start making those 2026 resolutions. But at the same time here, traders, how many people here missed the live streams? Missed again investing, missed day trading. How many people are here are happy to be able to go into their office, lock the door, lower the shades on down a little bit, and be able to say, we're back, baby. We are freaking back. How many people here are saying, hey, you know what? I enjoyed the last 2 weeks. I enjoyed winter break, but I'm even more excited right here and right now in this present moment, in this present day, in this present second with you, Deck, to be able to jump on the live stream, get after it. I am excited. I am ready to go. Let's make 2026 our best year ever. Now, that doesn't mean, again, we're not expecting red trades. Red trades are going to happen. We are going to have losing trades at times, and that's absolutely okay. But what I want you guys to understand is that bounce back from them, learn from them, keep them tight. Make this the year of discipline. Make this the year of stop losses. Make this the year of growth. Make this the year of allowing your gains to run more. Make this the year of whatever it may be. So, if you guys have not yet, right now, everyone smash that thumbs on up. Everyone hit me with a good old over in the chat room right now. Get some W's in the chat, because we are getting ready to go. Guys, 8 o'clock press release wave starting on up in 1 minute. I will call everything out that I see, that I like, that I think has a lot of big potential. So, let's get ready to go here. Let's get ready to go. Repping the Cobra hat today. Shout out to Cobra being such a great broker. All right, guys, 8 o'clock is here. 8 o'clock is here. Let's watch for news. Guys, we have partnership over on LENZ. LENZ, we have a partnership press release. We do have a positive cash flow over on TPET. Stocks dumped on down earlier this morning. Might get a little pop. Let's see if we see anything else start squeezing or spiking. Let's see here. Treatment. Koya talks about treatment. Again, we always look for keywords. Keywords that could bring in hype and momentum. FJet demonstrates supersonic capabilities. So demonstrates, let's see, cancer therapy. We're looking for which one is going to grab that hype. Now, again, a lot of the times to find the best press release, you just need those keywords, such as endpoint, such as FDA breakthrough. Take a look, CBLL. CBLL. Guys, this one might get a little bit of hype. Let's see here. CBLL receives FDA breakthrough device designation from LVO stroke detection and monitoring solution. So CBLL, the issue is it has a $9 spread. So these are some keywords that I love, right? You see it receives FDA breakthrough. Notice how they're all highlighted. Those are some keywords that I put on, my Fox Runner scanner, so I just don't ever miss these type of press releases, because this is the best press release so far. Unfortunately, it does have a $9 spread, but whenever you receive something positive from the FDA, you usually gain buying volume. So I wouldn't be surprised if CBL again maybe spikes up to 22, 23, 24, 25. Now again, the spread just got a little bit smaller. You guys can see right here, 2304. Let's just again keep our eyes peeled on it. Keep our eyes peeled on it. What else do we have here? WFLC does have a partnership with Blackstone. So remember, traders, this is how you are going to be first into plays. Okay? I know SIDU right now trying to get a little momentum, but if anyone is curious right now in 2026, right? And you say to yourself, how do I make the most amount of money in 2026? Hold on one second. JCSE. Guys, JCSE starting to spike right now. JCSE starting to get a little bit of momentum behind it. That one's getting a little bit of a spike right now. Declaration of a cash dividend. So it has a cash dividend right here. You guys can see JCSE. So this one is trying to get a little momentum. It does not have any keywords. No big keywords. This is kind of just like a clean title. It talks about declaration of a cash dividend. Now, let me tell you guys right here. What's a cash dividend? Cash dividend is basically, it's a reward for holding a play. So a lot of smaller stocks, they are going to have cash dividends, or again, special dividends, where they will say every 1,000 shares you hold will give you $100 every quarter. So let's say someone buys again 10,000 shares. And if you hold it for 3 months, they'll send you a $1,000 check. It doesn't matter if you're up, if you're down, if whatever. Hey, we want to say thank you for holding our stock. We will pay you cash for holding our play. So again, a lot of times, these cash dividend plays can go on nice spikes, rips and runs, just because of that. And you guys can see it right here, JCSE. But what I really want you guys to understand about 2026, and let's kind of talk about this here for a moment, is that I want you to be the best trader that you can become in 2026. The issue is what? The issue is that, and again, I want you guys to break out of this. How many people feel like they're in this type of trap? How many people feel like they're in this trap right here where let's just think of like GameStop as an example. The stock is GME, all right? Now, let's say GME comes out with some sort of news and GME starts getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And then all of a sudden, people on Twitter and StockTwits and Reddit, they start talking about it and it goes higher and higher and higher. And then again, it goes higher and higher and higher. And then you say, you know what? I want to buy right here. I need you guys in 2026 to stop getting into the habit of buying stocks after they have already spiked. Where you might say, well, what am I supposed to do? What you have to do is you have to start finding stocks when they come out with news and be willing to enter somewhere more in this region so that you can profit all of this region and you can exit out of this area. So you might say, well, how do I do that? Right? Well, again, very simple. What did we just do right here? JCSE, right? We have Fox Runner. We have the news scanner here. So when you find stocks that have news is what leads to buying volume moving in. Buying volume is what's going to push plays on up. If you can get in early, you're going to be able to make the most amount of money. So again, the traders that see this at 116, 118, 119, 120, 130, 140, now it's up to 150, possibly could go up to 160 or 190 or $2. So it's not every press release is going to spike, let's say 500%, but press releases bring in volume bring in hype. So again, another thing that people always say is, well, I can't get in this quickly. I'm not as good. I'm not as fast. I need to practice. What do I use Fox Runner for more, would you guys say? I, again, jump in on news the moment I see it, if it's a great press release. Or on top of that, it's great for me just to be aware. Or on top of that, I wait for stocks to get overextended and then I short them right back on down. Because in stock trading, in day trading, it does come on out to who knows it. Who is going to know it's the best play? The people who are in the know, the people that are aware of JCSE right here. I don't care if it's on the upside, I don't care if it's on the shorting side, or if now that you're ready for it and you get a possible dip buy. But if you are not aware of the best press releases, the best news, the best hype, the best momentum, the best action, that is where you guys are going to be, again, taking the biggest losses. Or you guys are not going to make money or possibly take losses because you guys are either going to be late, you're going to be buying on the top. So it doesn't matter if you're using it to buy news right away, if you're waiting for stocks to get overextended and then you short them, or if you love the press release, but let's say you are late and you just wait for dip buy opportunities. Right now, guys, again, there's no giant spike, there's no giant rip, there's no giant run right now at this moment. But again, that's like what is so incredible and that's what's so amazing. I want you guys to obviously be, fully aware of this. So again, going into 2026, I do think that is one of the, most important things out there so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. I saw, again, Fox Runner came out with a little bit of like this new video. Again, watch this if you guys haven't, and let's kind of dive in and kind of just go over this here for a second, making sure that you guys are all set here.
Let me guess, you keep buying stocks at the top, right after they've already made their move. Well, that's about to change, as Fox Runner was built for one job, getting you in first. Every 30 minutes starting at 7 AM EST, waves of news hit the market. 7:30, 8, 8:30. The traders who are ready when it drops are already in, while everyone else is still refreshing. Because what most call fast, Fox Runner calls old news. It's already scanned it, ranked it, and said it out loud before the rest even knew it mattered. With a dashboard built to give you an edge when timing is everything. You'll track low float runners, you'll spot the keywords that actually move stocks, and you'll hear real-time voice alerts the moment the right news hits. Pre-market, in the moment, all in one place. Fox Runner wasn't built to help you keep up. It was made to put you ahead. Now, let's show you how to make it work for you.
Awesome. So, wanted to kind of just dive into that a little bit because I do think that's so important every single morning, every single day, every single morning, so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll and take your trading to the next level. Now, let's again look for the next play here. Wanted to kind of go over that, make sure that you guys are all set. If you guys have not yet, you guys can go ahead, sign on up. Fox Runner is free, or you guys can use the premium version, get a free 30-day pass. Again, start 2026 off right, and you guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. Now, let's talk about today. Now, let's talk about today here, traders. Let's get ourselves dialed. Let's get ourselves ready to rock and roll. Let's go over every single play here so that we are all good. Because nothing right now. Guys, right now we have a 57% gain. We saw JCSC try to spike and then come back on down. My favorite press release, as you guys know, was CBLL, but it just didn't get the hype. Actually, it's starting it. Look at this, guys. Is CBLL starting to get the hype right now? Look at it. Again, CBLL, these are my favorite keywords. Receives FDA breakthrough. Receives FDA breakthrough. I would say keep this on your back burner today. Unfortunately, right now, there is a $6 spread, but that is my favorite play at this moment. Now, let's every single person get dialed in on this day, okay? So how are we going to do that? Let's go over to the Analyst Alerts tab. And again, let's start at the very bottom here. Very bottom. Traders, there is so much information today. I need you guys to be ready for this, okay? So we are going to go over, but if you give me the next 10 minutes, you are going to know everything that you should be watching so far today. You are going to, again, be all caught up with every investor on Wall Street and know the know. Know what you should be looking at. So what do we have here? It says CVX gaps up 11% in overnight trading. Chevron and oil stocks gaps up following Venezuela president capture. Venezuela currently has 303 billion barrels of crude oil reserve, which Trump says the U.S. now controls. Oil prices are trading at $57 a barrel, making Venezuela's total reserve worth $17.3 trillion. Even if the U.S. sells this oil for half of the market rate, that's still $8.7 trillion. In other words, in 12 hours, the U.S. has gained control of oil reserves that is worth more than the entire GDP of all the countries in the world, aside from U.S. and China. This is why this is so crazy at this moment. I am not going to get political about this in any sort of way, but I'm going to tell you at this moment, the fact that the US now is controlling the Venezuelan oil that is so much money. It is more money than you can even wrap your head around. It's more money than the GDP of every other country in the entire world other than the United States and China. Think about how this could be able to help the United States. Think about how this could help Venezuela. Think about how this could be able to, again, bring in new growth, bring in new, help get rid of our debt. That's 4 times larger than the GDP of Japan. Most people do not realize how the world has just changed. So, CVX is having a big gap up this morning. Overnight trading has begun following major developments in Venezuela, where U.S. forces captured President Nicolas Maduro in a military operation in January 3rd. CVX is the only major U.S. oil company currently operating in Venezuela. So basically here, traders, what do we have? Well, we have CVX. Chevron is the only company that is U.S. based that is inside Venezuela. So what do you think's happening right here? Well, obviously, CVX, this one is having this very nice gap up. So it has gone from $155, gapped up this morning to about 170. Right now we're right around 166. So that's pretty nuts to be able to see. Now let's keep going up a little bit more. Well, it says, why are oil stocks moving up from Venezuela? Well, we can kind of put the pieces together. It says the CVX spike reflects investors are betting on futures on the U.S.-led revival on Venezuelan oil production rather than immediate supply changes, with Chevron seen as the primary beneficiary. So we do have expansion of U.S. and Venezuelan oil, Chevron's unique position being the only U.S. oil stock in Venezuela, and of course, all energy stocks are moving on up right now, which is bringing everything on up. Take a look. It's not just CVX, though. Let's just understand that. It's not just CVX. It's CVX, it's VLO, it's COP, it's MPC, it's XOM, PSX, OXY, EOG, DVN, KMI. There are multiple plays that you guys could start looking at right now that have to do with oil in Venezuela. All right? So I want to make sure that you guys, of course, understand that. You guys are all good right here. What else do we have here? Right? We have 15 stocks to watch today that benefit from the United States moving into Venezuela. So it's not just oil stocks here, guys. We do have energy plays like CVX, OXY, XOM, but also defense systems, drones, sensors and space and semis data. There are many great things that are happening from getting rid of this president who just didn't leave. Right? So again, if you guys, I don't want to talk about too much about it, but basically, again, right here, it's a good thing that, again, we're getting this guy out of here. Someone who, again, treated their people absolutely awful in every single way. The thing is right here, guys, we do have 15 stocks to watch that will benefit from the U.S. moving into Venezuela, from, again, oil stocks being able to move on up. Make sure you guys are writing down this list, but you can understand going into today, what is the talk of the town? The talk of the town is, of course, Trump. The talk of the town right now is Venezuela. The talk of the town right now is oil and energy supply. The talk of the town is what is going to be the next. Could this propel 2026 and our GDP to, again, new heights? Because all of a sudden we just struck gold at this moment. This is really big to think about. Now, let's switch topics here for a second. ONDS 2026 top pick according to X's algorithm. Wow, that's a little interesting. So it says ONDS Holding emerges as retail traders' top 2026 stock pick. The NASDAQ listed company specializes in private wireless networks and autonomous drone systems for defense, critical structure, and announced $10 million in new orders on December 31st. So right here, this article is saying that they went through X's algorithm. What's the best pick of 2026? And out of X, the algorithm that they got, or the most, let's say, mentions, was the stock ONDS. ONDS is $11 play. ONDS, with its latest news around Venezuela and Trump, openly talk about U.S. oil companies to take control of Venezuelan reserves. Okay, so ONDS, we have ONDS networks. So we do have a lot of things that are coming on up right now. And it's even ONDS is benefiting off this Venezuela. So, I mean, we got a lot of things that are happening right now, and ONDS is actually even talking about, Venezuela. What else do we have here, traders? 2025 Mag 7 returns. So again, for anyone who does not know, this is very elementary, but this Mag 7 is the Magnificent 7. The Magnificent 7, the top 7 plays in the S&P 500, is essentially what moves the stock market. There are 10,000 plus stocks in the stock market. Do you know how, what do I like to do with the majority of my trades? I like to short them. I like to go against them. I go against shit plays, guys. I go against penny stocks. Stocks that come out with news, get a big rip and run, and just dump right back on down. I short a lot of plays that are momentum based, where they just spike on up and they're going to come right back on down. That's what I do the majority of the time. But I will never, and I rarely ever, I can't say never, but I rarely ever short the Mag 7. The Mag 7 are the greatest plays of all time. They are the greatest present plays. I do not do puts against Google or Nvidia or Microsoft or Meta or Tesla. These are where people say, oh, buy and hold and you'll make money over time. 99% of the time you will. If you jump in, Google this year had one of its best year ever. Google made a 65% return. Tesla had an 11% return. Nvidia had a 38% return. Meta had a 13% return. Microsoft had a 15% return. Amazon only 5%. Now I'm going to tell you guys right now, I again add money every year to my retirement account. My retirement account is my long-term account. I'll touch it when I'm 60 years old. That's my long-term account. I will say every single year I usually contribute around $64,000 to my long-term retirement account. That's what I try to do every single year. It's always my goal, $65,000. It also does help with taxes as well. But what I want you guys to realize is out of that $64,000, obviously we take it and we split it up into many different plays. But I will say a big chunk of that this year did go into Amazon. I will say again, a big chunk of that did go into Amazon. A big chunk of that also went into Nvidia. But, Amazon is one of those kind of sleeper picks that I think is extremely undervalued right now. And I do think 2026 is going to be a good year for Amazon. Or again, in the future, 2027. Google went crazy this year. Google went nuts this year. 65% gain, absolutely fantastic. But you know what? I just want to give everyone that heads on up that I did invest heavily into Amazon going into 2026. Agentic AI to watch in 2026. According to Grand View Research Report, the global AI and cybersecurity market encompassing advanced applications including autonomous and agentic systems was valued at $25.35 billion in 2024 and is expected to reach $93.7 billion in 2030. Okay, so again, some different plays that you might want to keep your eyes peeled on. This was interesting as well. We do have Morgan Stanley launches a national security index. So a brand new index. What's an index, guys? An index is going to be like an ETF. Basically, it's going to be a group of stocks where you can go ahead and invest in, and it kind of puts your money into a little bit of all these plays. So national security, lithium battery materials, uranium and nuclear energy, rare earth and critical minerals, and energy storage. So you can go ahead and break down each one of these plays right here, or you can see Morgan Stanley lists national security index of 39 different stocks. And you can go ahead and check that on out. Brand new for 2026. Awesome. What else do we have here? We do have do not become a victim of fear. Guys, one of the funniest things every single year is if you go to YouTube right now and you type in 2026 stock market, the majority of them are going to be get ready for, again, game-changing crash. Get ready for the biggest dump since 2008. 2026 will be the year of blood. It will be the year of death. It will be the year of fear. It will be the year of crying. It will be the year of you're gonna get a divorce. It's like, whenever you go on YouTube, what gets clicks? Fear mongering. What gets it's the .com bubble is gonna happen again. The housing market's gonna happen again. Yeah, it's easy to get clicks when you scare people. So I just want every single person to understand that as well, that do not fall into a victim of fear. You know why? Because the S&P 500 throughout the years, how does this usually work? On average, the S&P 500 is usually bullish for about 3 years, right? Now, the cumulative return is 111%. Then an average bear market is 9.5 months. So even that, you usually have 3 times longer than a bear market. So main takeaways, Bull markets dominate over time, 3 to 4 times longer. Time in the market beats timing the market. Compounding works in your favor. Every bear ends in a bull. This is one of the best charts that you guys can go ahead and take a look at, right? People have shared this chart before. You guys have probably seen this chart. I saw it this morning over on Fox Runner, where look at how big bull markets are. Bull markets are going to be in this dark blue color. Dark blue, dark blue, dark blue, dark blue, dark blue. Bear markets are this little orange gold color. Guys, it is pointless. Absolutely pointless. And I will tell you again, this is where I messed up at when I first started investing. I always thought it would be cool to be like, hey, let me be like Michael Burry and predict the next big drop. Let me predict the next big drop. But guys, it is almost stupid to even try to do it, because you are trying to time something that is not even that big at the end of the day. When in all reality, you could just put your money into the market and be able to nail it nearly every single time. If you take a look at this chart, in other words, let's kind of think about this for long-term investing. And I hope, again, I'm like being eye-opening to you. We have bull markets last, again, 3 to 4 times longer than bear markets. Okay? Then on top of that, when we have a bear market, it's going to be shorter and not as big. Then again, bull markets are 3 to 4 times longer. And when bear markets happen, they're shorter and not as big. And bull markets happen so basically, you could do 2 options when it comes to the S&P 500 or it comes to these blue chip plays. You can just enter and hold, or you could say to yourself, you know what? I want to try to predict the next big crash, which rarely happens, and they're not as big as just holding. So why are you trying to predict these little tiny moves when you could just be able to hold this entire time? Why try to predict and nail these little tiny moves when you can just jump in and hold and be able to make more money? Why, again, take a look at the S&P 500. Go to the SPY right now, switch on over to a monthly chart. And if you switch over to a monthly chart, what is the point of trying to nail the 2008 recession when look at what happened over the last 20 years? So this is why when we do get, oh, hey, we're raising interest rates. Oh, hey, we have again this, this illness that's coming across, the country and sweeping the nation. Hey, we have high inflation. Hey, we have tariff fear. Every single time we bounce back. There has never been a bear market in history that has ever continued to a bear market. There has never been a drawback in history that we have not overcome and then hit new highs. When I bought in on April 7th, I believe it was, back in April on the tariff fear, guys, I couldn't tell you how many people say you're being an idiot. You're leading all your followers into a falling knife. You're going to lose all your money. Why? Well, again, tariff fear. Yes, the stock market just dumped like 8%. Let's buy off the 50-month moving average, which is the greatest area. No, what happens when you buy a falling knife? There's blood, you cut your hands. No, you enter at great areas. Traders, we hear AI bubble talk. We hear this talk, that talk. If, again, the stock market ever dumps and fades and fall, you add, right? I'm not talking about penny stocks. I'm not talking about $5 stocks and below. I'm talking about the greatest companies in the entire world. They're always going to bounce back on up at some point. So again, if we can always get dip buys, do it. But going into 2026, don't fall into the trap of fear. Do not fall into the trap of, again, people saying, oh, hey, yeah. Just understand, hey, we're going to win. Now, this is a little bit of a long one, but what to watch for this week ahead, guys? What to watch out for this week ahead, all right? So what we see at this time, it says, this week's schedule full breakdown. It says, watch out for CES this week, the biggest tech conference of the year. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang giving a keynote at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. I will be at the keynote, so again, I guess someone at Fox Runner. AMD CEO Elisa Su will be giving a keynote at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. So basically here, traders, what I want you guys to know is that CES is here. Now, what do you mean by CES? CES is one of the largest, tech conferences of the year. They happen every year, January 4th to January 9th. This is, I believe, in Las Vegas, I believe it is. But what I want you guys to be able to see here is that this is when NVIDIA, this is when AMD, This is when like TSM, this is when Super Microcomputer, this is when they give presentations on their outlook throughout 2026. Okay? This is when they give their outlook for 2026. Today's big. Today's real big. So here is the entire kind of breakdown and the entire schedule. But at 4 p.m. today, we have again the CEO of NVIDIA speaking and talking about what he's going to be going over in 2026. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be real big. So I'll be posting a lot of links on that over on my social media, and I'm definitely going to watch that at 4 o'clock today. What else do we have here? We have Monday, January 5th. Volatility, IPOs that are coming on out. Spotlight on CES, all these different companies. Right? Tuesday, definitely check it on out. Thursday, Friday. So again, we have ISM manufacturing data, ADP non-farm payrolls, JOLTS data, factory orders. Again, not only do we have CES data today, we have a lot of news coming out this week. It's the first full week of 2026. We have this entire economic calendar here. We do have, again, coming out in the next 4 minutes, we have Tom Lee and, of course, Michael Saylor always putting out their updated how much Bitcoin and Ethereum they hold. Every Monday at the time of 8:30, they go over and they talk about how much Bitcoin or how much Ethereum they're currently holding. And right now, we are neutral going into the start of the year. All right. Team, a lot of things, of course. What else do we have here? We also do have growth trends. All investors should know heading into 2026. Space stocks. Everyone knows about this. Enterprise AI stocks. Mag 7 plays. Power and energy plays. Semiconductor plays. Defense and autonomy. Robotic plays. AI infrastructure. Fintech plays. Healthcare plays. Nuclear plays. Battery and tech and energy plays. We don't know what is going to be the hot trend of 2026, but the best thing we can do is prepare for 2026. Guys, it's like going camping. If I went camping, I'm probably going to bring a pot. I'm going to bring like a flint. I'm going to bring a fire starter. I'm going to bring a tent. I'm going to bring extra blankets. I'm going to bring, let's say, a weapon. I'm going to bring ammo. When I go out hunting or camping or whatever, some things I don't even use, but I want to be prepared for it. So again, let's think about if this was all camping material. Space is blankets. Enterprise is a tent. This, let's say, is a fire starter. This is something else that you might not use absolutely everything on your 1 or 2 nights of camping, but you have it in case you need it. So it's the same exact thing here. We are aware of these plays, so it's not catching us off guard. We can always keep our eyes on this just to make sure that we're ready. We can always keep our eyes on this just to make sure that we're all set, ready to go. But going into today, for anyone who's just joining us, we spent the last 30 minutes going over all this great information here. CVX gaps up 11%. Chevron oil stocks following the Venezuela president captured. We again talked about why oil stocks are moving up from Venezuela and a list of oil stocks. We've gone over 15 different stocks that are poised to spike today because of Venezuela other than oil stocks. We've gone over ONDS, which is the #1 most picked play for the best stock of 2026. We've gone over the Mag 7 returns of 2025. We've talked about agentic AI. We talked about, again, the brand new Morgan Stanley National Security Index. We talked about not being scared going into 2026 and be willing to invest in 2026. Take the leap forward to stop trying to time the market and just start adding into the S&P 500. We are again going over the fact, of course, how much data we have and that this week is going to be the start of CES. We're going into all the different trends of 2026, and then here's all the news so far of this morning. But guys, 8:30 press release starts on off here now in one momento. So now every single person should have a great understanding about today. Let's see what the next 8:30 press release wave brings us. So again, in the next 1 minute, we will be getting some brand new press releases and some brand new opportunities that could lead to some spiking, ripping, and running. Some brand new opportunities that could lead towards some big time breakouts. So I'm ready to trade. Hey, if I'm giving you guys some good data right now, if I'm giving you guys some good opportunities, smash that thumbs on up here. Smash it. Hit me, guys, put some energy in the chat room. I'm a big enthusiasm guy. And the thing is, enthusiasm, joy, happiness, it's contagious. Let's get after it here, people. Let's get ready to rock and roll here today, people. We have the word agreement, 8:30. Guys, we have offering and private placement on ESLA. ESLA, an offering Positive significance only on phase 1 on MTVA. This is only phase 1 on MTVA. We have SIDU, which already had a little bit of a move. SIDU just came out with its press release. As we are seeing as well, BMNR, there's the BMNR update. BMNR and MicroStrategy talking about how much Ethereum they own. We just talked about that. ARBE. ARBE, a little bit of a pop and drop. Again, nothing wrong with ARBE. That was a little pop and drop. I want to see if there's something fast and new. Again, we do have, again, positive phase 1. Phase 1 is the weakest out of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 1's basically like just the start. Phase 3 is the best. So we haven't had anything explode yet. Remember, we have all the top gainers right here as well. MOBX, 53% gain. JCS, 43% gain. GHRS, right, 40% gain. We don't have anything going crazy just yet. We can also see the same exact thing right here. All right, if you want to take a look right here, we do have all the best top gainers today with news. Every single best top gainer is right here. So MOBX, here's again the news. JCSE, here's the news. GHRS, here's the news. So MOBX does have a press release this morning, right? GHRS does have again a press release this morning. JCSE does have a press release this morning. That's funny because MOBX is again a top gainer. GHRS is a top gainer. JCS is a top gainer. Guys, MNTS is starting to spike. MNTS just starting to rip and run right now. MNTS starting to again get the buying volume. All eyes right now over on MNTS. Does this one have any sort of ripping, running, spiking, or climbing at this time? I don't see any news just yet at this moment. Do you guys? Let me put this stuff back. I do not see any news at this exact moment. But MNTS is starting to squeeze. Just got up towards $9. It's kind of tough for me to want to buy a stock that I don't see any sort of press release on. If you guys are seeing any sort of press release, please, again, feel free to throw it out there. Let's see if there's any shares available to short right now. Let's go to trade, short locates. Let me, again, pop this box out here. Pop this on out. What do we have here? We do have MNTS. Let's look for, again, 1,500 shares. Let's go to inquire. Let's see how much, again, 1,500 shares are going to cost. Locate lowest. Click cancel. Bring this on over. That's going to cost me $11. $11. Let's click OK. OK for $11. Accepted. Located. Now, how high can MNTS go up to? MNTS, if we take a look at the daily chart, we do have old spiking high resistance up near 1050. 1050 is the next main target on this play. That's where we had a bounce play, top resistance, top resistance. So even I don't see any sort of press release at this moment. MNTS is again getting a nice rip and run and spike and climb right now at this time. All traders and all focus should be on MNTS. You can either enter right now and say, hey, I think this is going to have a spike and pullback. Or again, you can say, let me wait till 1050. I think the smarter move is to wait till $10 plus, just in case we ever do get that crazy spike and rip and run. So that's what I am going to do. I'm going to do limit orders at, let's say, 1025 or higher, right? Something like that. So if we ever do start going crazy, I'm just going to stay ready for it. I'm just going to say, you know what? Let's see if, again, something, put my limit orders in right now. Kind of spread them all out all the way up towards like $11, just in case we get a little craziness. But right now, MNTS, what do we have here? We have a partnership for brand new deployment. So MNTS does have a partnership. That press release is not on Foxrunner, not on Yahoo Finance. It's not on, again, Bazinga. It's not on Finviz. So it's kind of like, this is kind of like a secret little press release, guys. Just a little heads on up. So let's see here. Let's see what we got. Again, I do have so right here, MNTS, looking to see if this one's going to be able to break through again that $9 mark. This play, again, 875 is, again, like a strong resistance line. 875 is always going to be a strong resistance line. Again, MNTS, this play does have a partnership behind it. And what would you guys say this is? Little bit of a bull flag? Little bull flag opportunity? And here comes that little spike. Little bull flag, little spike. As I said, if we start spiking up to 1050-ish, I'm going to look for some entries. Just a little heads up for every single person. I do want you guys to just be aware of that. No entries right now. We did just spike, little bull flag. Try to get that nice rip and run on up. MNTS here. Got up to 944. So right here, I'm not looking at any, are you looking for any sort of resistance? I'm not looking for any sort of resistance at this time. I'm looking at past chart history pattern. So if you take a look over on MNTS, take a look here. Bounce play, bounce play. Take a look. Top resistance, top resistance. So I'm thinking again, like that 1050 area would be again a strong resistance line just because of past chart history pattern. So what do we have here? We do have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Flip this around. Guess what we have? Top resistance, top resistance. Guess what we have? Top resistance. If we ever break through that 1050 mark, we have room to run all the way up to 1360. So we got a lot of potential at this moment. Stocks are again, we're going to see if MNTS is going to be able to stay alive. Now, I do have shorts all set ready to go over on MNTS. Let's just remember that. I do have shorts all set ready to go over on MNTS. I have not entered yet because I want to wait for a new top. Right now, we are just watching here. I'm just kind of looking around. I want to make sure we're not missing anything. Guys, look at MNTS starting to fall hard. And this is the thing that I want you guys to note and understand, is that a lot of times plays do just spike and they just come crashing right back on down. Like MNTS right here, guys. This stock is just, just went on a big spike and now it's just coming crashing right back on down. Going up to that 39% gain and now starting to just kind of dump. If MNTS can maybe spike back up towards the 850s, 860s, I might even look for another short. Or not another short, my first short. I would have loved to see 1050, but I wanted to explain again my idea around 1050 and why I like 1050. Maybe if we can get back up in the 860s. Again, if we get a little pop back up to the 860s, go out and look for a little short. So I'll be happy if I could get, again, I want to get myself involved on good, healthy trades. Now, I don't think at this point we're going to get back up towards $10. I don't think we're going to get back up towards the $10 mark. I do think we could get back up towards, 865-ish, 869 if we get a little pop. So if I can get a little bit of opportunity on this play, I will definitely take an 860 entry. Little pop on up towards, again, that orange line and then see a reversal back on down. Guys, it's just dumping though. All right, quick little pop, quick little drop. Nothing else right here at this moment. All right, here, people. All right, let's still get that next big spike. Let's still wait for that next big climb. Let's still wait for that next big move here. I am going to keep my eyes peeled on MNTS just in case this one gets a little hype. Let's go over to CNBC. Anything big going on with CNBC right now? It says U.S. stocks show little reaction to Trump's extraordinary Venezuela action. Why investors see a bull case. Disposed Venezuelan leader Maduro. Wife appear in a New York court after U.S. capture. First GLP-1 pill for obesity from Novo launches in the U.S. To be frank with you, I thought these would be like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, who makes Ozempic, like that stuff right here? So we have NVO, right? NVO at $53. We do have LILY, Eli Lilly, right? Or LLY. And then that's been pretty good. We also do have Hims and Hers. The thing is, like, these weight loss pills, like my neighbor has it and he takes one, whatever it is. I don't know how it works, but he takes them every now and then or whatever you're supposed to do. He's lost, like he was like 300 pounds. And he's like now like 160. Like he was unrecognizable in like the matter of like 3 months. I am not sure. I have no idea. I don't know if they're healthy. I don't know if, again, everything's good. If you can just pop them like Tic Tacs and again, you just keep dropping weight. But I'll say it's pretty amazing. I don't know, again, the health risks or whatnot. I have no idea. But I will say, again, my neighbor takes, again, these like Ozempic or these GLP-1, weight loss pills. And he's just losing weight all the time. To be America, which is the fattest city, the most obese city, or not city, country, excuse me, and be able to see people just dropping weight 24/7, I do feel like that's a pretty crazy, significant accomplishment. And obviously, we want it to be healthy, and we don't, we want them to also be exercising and eating right. We don't want people, again, drinking and eating candy and then just taking pills to lose weight, and then eating and drinking candy and whatever, just losing weight. But so I'm not sure, again, every single health benefit, but I thought it's a pretty incredible thing. Guys just dropping weight 24/7 here. But I thought that's a pretty crazy pill to think of. Guys, MNTS. Still watching MNTS to see if this one spikes on up. If MNTS does get a little spike back on up, as I said, into the 860s, 870s, I will look for a little short to kick things on off on my trading year. So again, I am still looking for MNTS. Now you might say, hey, Deck, why do you like MNTS so much? Why are you looking at MNTS? Well, it really comes on down to the pure fact that MNTS, it really is just a play that I'm saying to myself, hey, this is a stock that has volatility. It's a stock that has action. It's a stock that has movement. Since this stock has volatility, it's worth trading for me. What do I like? I like stocks that are going from 0 to 100 to 100 to 50 to 50 to 150 to 150 to 300 to 300 to 200. I like to just see volatility. As long as a stock is moving, I can make money on it. That's what I want you guys to gain, and that's what I want you guys to understand. So if you're saying, oh, why are we not playing, let's say, why are we not touching GHRS? GHRS is moving sideways. Hey, why are you not touching MOBX? MOBX is moving sideways. Hey, why are you not touching, MNT or MNTS? I am trying to touch. Why are you not touching, one of these plays? Like, they're moving sideways. The only way to make money in the market is not by stocks moving sideways, but stocks having volatility, volume, activity in some sort of sense where they're going up or going down. So the thing is, a lot of times I don't have a biased opinion on what stock I like the most. I don't say, ooh, I wake up and I play GameStop every day. Ooh, I wake up and I play AMC every day. Ooh, I wake up and I play Tesla every day. I don't do that. I play whatever stock is moving, whatever stock has action, whatever stock, again, is going to be able to make me a profit. So that's going to be extremely important here. Guys, little heads on up. Still waiting for a little bit of a pop. If we do pop up towards the 860s, as I said, I'm going to try to get filled on a quick little entry. Guys, ooh, just got my first little bit here. Guys, I just got my first little bit. 860. First entry of 2026 here. So what am I looking for? I'm thinking, again, if you guys take a look at the past, I just want to explain myself on what I'm looking for. Take a look at a little bit of these upper shadows. Upper shadow, 880, came back on down. Upper shadow, 880, came back on down. Tried to get a very big spike, came crashing on down. I do think if we are going to get a little pop, like we are right now, guess what's going to happen? It's most likely going to hit this area, right, of MNTS right here, of this red line, here, hit and maybe get a reversal. So I'm in on 800 shares at this moment. Is this the biggest trade of my life? The answer is no. It's not the biggest trade of my life in any sort of way. But if I could start off my day with a nice $200 profit or something along those lines, I would love that. I would love to be able to kick off my 2026 with a nice little gain, with a nice little profit, with a nice little opportunity to be able to make some money. Now, also, again, Cobra does allow you to do market orders in pre-market and after hours. Most brokers do not. Cobra will allow you to do that. So I always like to just switch over to a market order. Now, it's not every play. Sometimes they do have restrictions. But, if we could get a little bit of a drop. But all I'm looking for, remember, guys, I am not trying to predict crazy things that other people do not see. I am not going to be on this live stream and make wild predictions that maybe 1 out of 100 happen. I'm just trying to be, give you guys the facts. Hey, we hit this red line in the past. And we fell. We broke the red line one time, tried to get a little bit of a stock squeeze, and then we dumped on down. Now, again, the stock is hitting this red line again. If this stock does squeeze, I'm getting out. Just a little heads up for you. Like, if we start squeezing and start going back up above $9, I'm getting out of this play. Okay? Because this could go all the way up towards that 1050 plus area. It's still trying to get a little bit of that squeeze. I got to be ready for that. Now, what's my cost basis? My cost base is 864. So 863, 864. So again, we need to go back underneath 863, 864, little heads on up. I'm probably going to have a stop loss around like 880 in case that ever starts going on up there. Got to move on from that play. So I'm willing to, again, if I lose $100, it's not the biggest deal, but I don't want to lose 1,000. I don't want to lose 2,000. You know what I mean? 2026 is the year of discipline. 2026 is the year of stop losses. 2026 is going to be the year that you keep, again, your losses as tight as humanly possible so that when you have a big win, it carries out as a big win. Guys, getting out, moving on, not going to hold on to it. If this play, again, spikes all the way up to 1050, so be it. But again, I, again, want to stress that. I don't want one trade in 2026 to be all of a sudden me getting squeezed and people saying, when are you going to get out? You're down $4,000. When are you going to get out? I'm not allowing 2026 to do that, right? I'm not going to be a person that says, hey, you know what? I don't want to take a loss. Guys, I am happy when I take losses that are only within $100 because my wins are 1,000. If I take a loss and I lose $150, my wins are, again, $1,000. My winning days are $2,000. You guys have seen that before. And guess what? This is why I got out. This is why I moved on. I got in at 860. I got out at 880. Good thing I did, because guess what? Now we're starting to squeeze. So this is why you have to have discipline. Am I still in on this play? No, I got out. I lost $160. I got out at 884. 2026 is the year of discipline. If you are again not in, if you are in on a play and it's not working out, you move on from it. It's a very simple concept.
Agreement.
So, MNTS guys, back in the show right here. Let's get ready to rock. Hey, Deck, can you turn up your mic a little bit? Let me see. Let me look real quick. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. Does this sound a little better? I was just, to be honest with you, I just walked over to like where the mic is and I just started turning a whole bunch of knobs. So again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just turned a whole bunch of knobs and hopefully it sounds a little bit better at this point. Reese! Is your account with Cobra an LLC or an individual account? And if LLC, do they have different requirements? I just have an individual brokerage. I do not have an LLC on Cobra. So you would have to speak to them about what their benefits may be. Gator Trader. 2026 going to continue the discipline. If a play doesn't work almost right away, just get out. Analyze my trades, and most of the profit trades worked almost instantly. What do you think? I think that's the greatest way to trade. I think the greatest way to be able to trade stocks is just the pure fact of you just saying, hey, get in. If you go red, you move on. It's like, guys, this is the way that I want you guys to start understanding how to trade stocks, okay? If we, again, go ahead and break this thing on down. If we go ahead and break this thing on down right here, let's think about this is your trading, all right? These are your entries. This is a history of your trades. What I want you guys to do is, let's say this is the zero P&L line right here. This is the zero P&L. You want to be able to have this as your P&L. Trade, loss. 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 Let's imagine these are your losing trades. Let's imagine, though, that this is your winning trades. Trade, win. 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 If you can have your trading history look something like this, you are going to be extremely successful. Now, you might say, well, what do you mean? It seems like I won 7 trades, but I also lost 7 trades. But look how much you lost on these 7 trades. You lost $100 here. You lost $150 here. 100 here. Here 300. Here 75. Here 50. Here's 175. Here's again your wins. Your wins right here. You won 500. You won 1500. You won 150. You won 700. You won 1500. So on and so forth. The thing that people don't understand is people think for some reason or another you have to be perfect with your trading. Hey, every time I trade, I have to win. That's just not a real expectation. It's just like, that's not plausible. That's not going to be something that's going to be in any trader's wheelhouse. The best traders in the world lose all the time. But the best traders in the world don't say, let me hold a little longer. Guys, I don't want to take a loss here. Like, the worst thing you can do when you're in on a trade that isn't successful is continue to hold it. So, hold your winners. Hold your winners. Hold the ones that are, again, going to make you happy. What's always the example that I always give? Personally, I always think of my stock trades as relationships, right? This is you. You're a very happy person. And again, every single stock that you get involved in, this is going to be a partner, right? This is a girl that you started dating. Guess what? There are going to be some dates you go on that you just say, nope, not happening. Nope, don't like you. Nope, you're a psycho. Nope, you're crazy. Nope, I'm scared to sleep. Nope. And that's okay. But what's the worst thing that you can do is continue to date a psychopath. to continue to be scared to go to sleep because you're going to wake up and they're going to have a knife to you. Those are very scary situations. Or you could say, nope, I don't like you. And then you find someone you really like. And maybe something happens, down the road and you say, all right, hey, and then you try again and you say, nope, don't like you. Nope, don't like you. Hey, I love you. So the thing is, the worst thing you can do is stay in an awful relationship. Why would you ever want to do that? The thing is, with stock trading, I think about it the same way. If I'm in on a stock trade and all of a sudden I see my P&L go down $50, down $100, down $150, I say, nope, I'm out, and I move on. But what if all of a sudden I'm up 100, all of a sudden up 200, I say up 300, I say, I love this play, I love this stock, I love this move, and I continue to hold then. So the thing is, you have to get into the habit right now. You have to get into the habit of cutting those losers away and not looking back. Not looking back. Because the thing is, guys, there will be many times you jump in on a play, you get out, you do it, you follow it, and then all of a sudden it goes on a big spike later and you say, man, I should have kept holding. No, you did the right move in the right moment in the present time. And you have to give yourself that credit. You have to understand that, right? So if a play is not doing well, move on from it. If a play is doing well, continue to hold on to it. But having a small loss does not make you a bad trader. It makes you a great trader. Okay? So make sure you guys are good. Can I see a show of hands here? Show of hands. How many people have larger losses than their wins? And that's because of this. How many people, when you get into a trade, you're down 50, then you're down 100, then you're down 200, and you say, okay, I'm going to keep holding because I need it to come back. And then you're down 300, you're down 500, you're down 1,000, and you say, fuck, all right, I'm getting out. And then you lose 1,000. And then when you go in the green, you get too scared now. Oh, I'm in the green. I'm never in the green. Let me take my profits. And you win 100. Then your next trade, it's not perfect. And you're down 200. You say, oh, I just lost what I just made. Okay, let me keep on holding. Let me try to get it back. Then you're down 500. Then you're down 700. And you're like, fuck. Oh. And then again, you get out of that play. Now again, you have a $1,000 loss. You have a $100 win and an $800 loss. So now again, your whole trading is reversed. You're basically, if we want to think of it in relationship terms, is you're going on a date with someone, they're taking all your money, they suck in every way, and you're just like, just beat me, just continue to take all my money, and you just keep staying with it. Then you finally find someone you love, and you say, and you're too crazy. You're the psycho, because you're like, oh, I love you so much, and this is the best day of my life, and she says, nope, I'm out of here, right? You're the crazy one, and then you go back to, again, an awful relationship. You are in reverse land right now. You are in la-la land at this moment where you are doing absolutely everything incorrect. No, I'm not saying that like to try to bring you down. I'm trying to say that so it's bringing a notice to you right now where you're saying, you know what? That is me. Every single time I trade, I again take profits when I'm only up a little. And every single time I trade, I always hold them until I lose everything I have. You know what? 2026, this is going to be the year that I'm going to change that. You know, watch me, watch Deck, right? What did I do? Hey guys, I'm jumping in at 860. If it hits 880, I'm getting out. Boom. I did that. Like why can't you do that? Like, and I understand it's easier said than done at times. And I'm going to be incorrect at times as well. And I'm going to make errors, but why can't you do that? Why can't you just jump in at 860 and say, hey, if it goes up to 880, let me get out? Like in theory, it's very easy to do, but then guess what? Right? Then guess what? You are going to have to say to yourself, all right, hey, you got to factor in emotions. You got to factor in greed. You got to factor in this and that. So I get it. It's not as easy as I'm making it sound, but you can do it. It just takes practice, right? It's like basically me, again, golfing and going to my friend and being like, hey, hit the fairway here. And he's sitting there with the driver and he's like, I'm trying to hit the fairway. It's like, no, just hit the fairway. You'll be fine. Golf is way easier if you don't shank it into the woods every time. It's like, oh, thanks for the advice. Hey, let's have ourselves a great day, everyone. Hardjot, I've been watching you for the last 2 months. You are a great tutor. Thank you so much. You forgot to put good looking as well, though. But I'll take the great tutoring. Thank you. What are you drinking? I'm drinking, again, a little smoothie this morning that I whipped up. Everything that the body needs. All the vitamins and minerals. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. Let's get this party started this morning. It is MNTS has gone from $6 to $9, back on down to $8, back up towards $9, back on down to $8, working its way back up to $9. $9 dineros. Nueve. Here we go, guys. Brand new news coming through. We do have a complete acquisition of Progressive Bank, BFST. Nothing there. What do we have here? YD Limited announces major milestones for its upcoming roadmap. Okay, that's an upcoming roadmap. What do we have? Complete strategic capital raise. Completes TXRP. We want that 100% grower today. APEI talks about significant growth. APEI, significant growth, has a little dollar pop right here. What UFG advances global operations with next phase of expansion. UFG, come on now. Secures a $2.2 million order. BOSC. Come on, BOSC. Maybe get a little hype, break of $5. BOSC, if that one breaks $5, you might get a little hype. $5 million in float, secures a $2.2 million order. Not really any buying volume right now, but if all of a sudden some buying volume starts moving on in, we could see a little bit of hype and momentum. 50-day moving average is the tough thing at 488. What else? SMXT. Guys, SMXT starting to spike its way on up at this moment. Little heads on up. SMXT starting to spike its way on up. It was awarded a $158 million EPC contract. So SMXT was awarded a $158 million contract. How high can this one get up to? If this one does squeeze, I'm looking at past chart history pattern to see just where shorts are going to be at. 130 is going to be the next main resistance line. 130 top resistance right around here. So I'm thinking 130 could be a strong resistance line. If it breaks 130, it's going up towards around 150. So let's just stay ready for it. It did get a $400 million, what was it? $158 million order. So if you guys take a look right here, SMXT, $158 million contract. SolarMax Technology awarded $158 million contract. SMXT, that one just came on out right there, as you guys can see. So SMXT here, traders, that's a pretty good press release. You could either look for dip buys back down towards 105 or shorts up into the 130s. 130s, 140s. Let's just see how much shorts are going to be. SMXT. I always like to look for like 6,000 shares. Inquire all. 6,000 shares on the short side. Locate lowest, click cancel. That's going to give us the lowest price. It's going to cost us $2. Okay, sure, $2. We were just accepted. 6,000 shares accepted, all set, ready to go. Now, if this play again starts spiking up towards, again, 130 plus, we want to go ahead and look for shorts. That means, again, 131, do a short. 134, do a short. 136, do a short. 139, do a short. Now we just keep going up higher. Just keep averaging on up. 144, short. All right, we're just kind of going up the ladder here in case we ever do get that pop, right? And then we could be able to get a good entry, look for a reversal. Now, you could also look for an entry as well if the stock gets a little bit of a pullback. Again, this is a good press release. Don't get me wrong. So a lot of people always ask me, why do you short good press releases? Because either number one, you can buy it. SMXT just came out with its press release. Again, as we could see right here, SMXT, $158 million contract that gets a nice little rip and run. You can buy this play, or you can say to yourself, hey, you know what? As the stock spikes up 50%, I think there could be a reversal. As the stock spikes up 55, 60%, there could be a chance that this one starts, getting a little bit of a pullback. So XMST right here, what I'm looking for is after a 50% climb, I think we might fall back down towards 120. Like, that's kind of like more what the idea is. It's not that I'm trying to short good press releases. I'm looking to see after a 50% spike on up, we might get a pullback back down towards 120 and then before the next leg. So I'm just trying to nail the tops. I'm trying to nail again, where's a reversal going to be? And how do I usually look for reversals is I look for past chart history pattern. Where did we hit before in the past that gave us trouble? Well, we hit again this old spiking high at 130, this old spiking high at 130, and then we did get all the way up towards, again, this like 140-ish mark. So again, I'm looking at old spiking high of 130, old spiking high of 145. Right now, I'm in on 3,000 shares at this moment. Right now, traders, I'm still, again, in on this play, adding a little bit on this one, and I'm going to, see if 150 is going to kind of hold up as our main resistance line. Right now, my call 33.6. So 133.6 is my cost basis with a total of 3,000 shares at this moment, okay? Live trade and on SMXT, we are at 55%, looking at past chart history pattern to see if we are going to get any sort of reversing or reversals as we again kind of get these pops. Now, the thing is, why do I also do multiple entries? I do multiple entries because I don't want to do 6,000 shares at 135. I don't want to get stuck at 135 if all of a sudden it blasts off to 150. I like doing 131. 134, 137, 140, 142. Because the thing is, traders, I like to get the best overall average. I am like everyone else. I don't have a magic crystal ball that I can tell you exactly where the top is going to be. So I like to be able to find the top area and kind of put a big hula hoop around it. Here's the top area. Put a big hula hoop around it. Let's do some entries under it. Let's do some entries at it. Let's do just some entries above it. And that's where I think, that red candle can form, So that's what I do the majority of the time, where if I say, hey, I think 135 is going to be strong resistance, let me do some entries underneath 135 in case it dumps. Let me do some entries right above 135 in case it goes a little bit higher. And let me try to get the best overall cost basis for me to be able to profit. That's what I look for a lot of times when I'm trading, okay? SMXT, guys, still going. SMXT right here, traders. We're still, again, fighting at this moment. As I said, I will get some entries up in the 140s. And I want to see if we can reverse from there. But, what I'm doing right now, SMXT just came out with a press release. SMXT is up 55%. SMXT has some strong resistance, 135, 150. SMXT, I'm looking for, again, a reversal back down towards 120. XMST, again, I'm putting in multiple entries, trying to get the best overall entry, and as the stock climbs, I am adding. So right now, I am currently down $200, $120, down $80. Cost base is currently 135 with 4,000 shares. So I'm currently down, again, 2 pennies. SMXT here, guys. SMXT, I got my final 6,000 shares filled. Cost basis right now, 138. All entries have been filled. Nice little upper shadow right there as well. Let's see if we can dump on down, get a reversal down towards around the 120s. Right now, up $210. Cost basis 137, 6,000 shares. Let's see if we can get a nice little dump and reversal at this point. See if we can, be able to get some weakness. If we can get some weakness, that would be awesome. Indicators, let's switch over to the VWAP. VWAP indicator. VWAP is at the price of 130. 130 is going to be holding up as some sort of support line. If you are shorting this play, 130 is going to be a support area. Just a little heads up for you. If we crack 130, there's a good chance that we could fall on down to 126, 127, 120, 124, that region. So if you are again saying to yourself, hey, I got filled at 140, you might want to take profits at the VWAP. Okay? I want you guys to be aware of that. If you crack the VWAP, that's where we could fall on down to 125, 120. Like, I got filled at multiple different entries, which gave me 6,000 shares at 137, getting a little bit of the crack, up 450. So we keep holding this 130 mark. We got to just get the 128s, 127s, and then we can lock in profits. Get $600, $700 out of this trade. That upper shadow, though, remember, guys, upper shadows are always great areas of indicators of reversals. When you have an upper shadow, it's one of the best ways to know that a stock is going to reverse. So if you can ever nail a short on an upper shadow, that's like always just like feeling good. You always feel good when you can nail a short on an upper shadow. Now, again, we do have the VWAP, though, still trying to hold. Guys, let's get some 128s, 127s. 128s, 127s, I'll take some profits. $510. Come on, 127s. All right, guys, I'm taking my gains right here. I'm going to take my profits of $500. All right, guys, taking my profits, $484. Nice work, everyone. Now, again, as I said, what do we want to do with our trading? Bad relationship, we cut them out. Good relationship, we, again, stay as long as we can. Right? Bad relationship, we cut out. Good relationship, we stay as long as we can. Think about it. Guys, right now, I'll be honest. As you guys know, I just got married. I got married in December. All right? But again, the way that you have to be is think back to your single days. My single days, I would ask out, a woman. She would come, and if I didn't even like the dress she was wearing, I would immediately order everything I could on the menu and then just got up and left. That's what I would do. You know why? Because she wasn't for me. And that's okay. Right? That's all right. But it's like MNTS. MNTS wasn't for me. SMXT was for me. You just got to understand that. And again, you would get a text message the next day from, again, this woman that you went out on a date with. Said, you ordered everything on the menu, told me you're going to the bathroom, and then left. And you said, and then all you have to text back is say, well, I didn't like the color of your dress. Maybe if you thought a little bit more thoroughly about my needs, we would have had something. And that's it. It's very straightforward, very simple. How many ladies in the chat room right now am I losing? They are dropping like flies at this moment. Please understand, guys. Please understand that is not true, and I would never do that. I only ordered the appetizers, not everything. I didn't order the entrees. I'm not an animal, okay? It was only the appetizers. Millen, happy 1 month anniversary to you and your wife. Thank you. She's doing okay. She's hanging in there. Is that the right thing to say after 30 days? Hey, how's your wife doing after 30 days of being married? She's hanging in there. She's my little trooper. She's doing okay. I don't know if that's the right tone right here, but I think she's got a couple more months in her. She's toughening it out. Nice trade, everyone. Kicking things on off here on the day. Woo! Lawson, congrats, man. I'm 21. Got married 1 year ago. Best decision I ever made. I love to hear that. Love to hear that. When you know, you know. Shout out to you. Wishing you again. Long, long, happy, lovely relationship. BVC. Ooh, BVC, guys. A little bit of an odd one. What's going on with BVC? Just kind of jumped off the leaderboard right there. BVC, $12 up to 15, 16. What's going on with BVC at this time? So again, we are just keeping our eyes peeled. BVC, if we go over here, guys, let's take a look. BVC, ooh, I didn't know that. Fox Runner, they added pre-market over into their charting. Is that over here too? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. So again, they now have pre-market in their charting over on Fox Runner. Very cool. If we take a look over on BVC, is that a stock that's going to show up? Looks like BVC is like a new IPO. It's like a name change type of play. So I think BVC is something like that. It's definitely, it has a $1.50 spread at this moment. Number one top gainer. All right, traders, let's get ourselves back. Making sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll on this day. Making sure every single trader is aware. What are the best press releases of the day here? Best press release we have is VRME, followed by MOBX, followed then SMXT. So let me actually go back here. Let's go over to the See All. I just want to kind of do this here for a second. Let's go over to See All, and let's just take a look here. The best press release of the day, VRME. Is VRME a stock that we want to buy right here? VRME. This play. Slow, steady, grinding. VRME, slow and steady and grinding at this time. It did have a strategic merger press release. Okay. What about MOBX? MOBX is up 50%, the number 2 top gainer with news over on MOBX. MOBX, this stock spiked up this morning, kind of just been moving sideways. Not really too much over on MOBX. What about SMXT? SMXT, big spike, big dump. SMXT, 9 o'clock press release, was awarded $158 million. GHRS, anything on GHRS? GHRS right here. This stock, nice spike, a little bit of a fade, still holding its gains. To be frank with you, if you're looking for what's the best play right now, I think it's BVC starting to take on off. Yeah, guys, look at BVC. I'm not going to touch this play. I can't. Because, again, traders, there's a difference between me going psycho and trading a good play and me just randomly gambling. I don't know anything about BVC. BVC is a stock that looks like it's a new IPO / name change play. Stock's going from $1 up to $17. There's no news on this play. 3 days ago was the last press release. The stock again spiked up to $20. Then again, it has a $1.50 spread. I mean, I could play the stock if I want to lose the majority of my money. MNTS, guys, MNTS might squeeze here. MNTS is one of those good plays as well. If we take a look, MNTS is one of those stocks that could easily be able to be a top gainer on the day as well. What do we have right here? Everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. President Donald Trump said early Saturday that the U.S. carried out a large-scale strike on Venezuela. Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured and taken to New York. Many members of the Maduro security team were killed, but his top allies have control over the South American country. Trump said the Venezuela leader, Delcy Rodriguez, could pay a bigger price than Maduro if she doesn't do what's right. All right. So we definitely want to make sure we're keeping our eyes peeled over on those. All right, so we have that. Now, obviously, we do have MOBX news, VRME news, GHRS, DVLT, JCSE, CRNX, ALT. Those are all plays. All right, here, traders. So we got everything we need at this moment, to be frank with you. We got everything we need. We know, again, we're watching. MNTS is kind of our top dog at this moment. As we are, again, staying alert and staying ready, MNTS is the stock that has the best potential, it looks like, to maybe get one of those ascending triangle pattern squeezes. Would you guys agree with me? So you could call this an ascending triangle pattern. You can call this an ascending wedge. You know, it's kind of whatever floats your boat. If you go over to Google, type in ascending triangle pattern, and you guys are going to get a few different things. Things that look like this, right? Let me kind of take a step back. You guys can see this, right? Flat resistance. Flat resistance establishes the high. Establish resistance, establish resistance, establish resistance, establish resistance, establish resistance. You guys can then also see higher lows. Higher lows starting to build up tighter and tighter and tighter until it squeezes and breaks on out. Here's another example of it. Top resistance going across the board. Then you have higher lows. As you have these higher lows, that's where you get the very nice breakout. You guys see top resistance. Then you get higher lows. Then you get the breakout. So you could see it's a clear-cut, very popular pattern. This is a pattern that like a lot of traders use. So would you guys not agree with me right here? Top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, higher lows. Where would technically be the best entry? Somewhere back in the 870s. Somewhere back in the 860s. Because when you take a look over on this play right here, what do we have? Right, when we take a look over on this play right now at this moment, what do we notice? It just comes on down to the pure fact of this. We have top resistance. We do have top resistance. We have top resistance. Then, of course, what are we realizing? Okay, we also do have bottom support. Bottom support, bottom support, bottom support, bottom support. This stock is going to most likely do what? It's going to move on up. Then it could possibly drop on down. Then it could possibly move on up. And then it could possibly break on out. So the thing is, that's what we have at this time. Guys, MNTS, traders are going to look for the breakout here. But I will say, we hit 940, turned into a big short. Hit 940, turned into a big short. Hit 940, this is where also shorters are going to enter. So again, MNTS, if you want to short, it's 940, and then but if it squeezes, it could go all the way up towards around 1050. I am going to wait. I would rather wait for my short at 1050 rather than trying to short and possibly getting squeezed. So are you going to short here, Deck? I am not. I am not shorting at this moment. I am not shorting at 940. I feel like with the ascending triangle pattern, it's not a smart idea for me to go against the grain. Would you guys agree with me on that? So I don't want to go against the grain. If anything, I think this stock is possibly going to pop here and go up towards like 1050. Here it goes, guys. Beautiful ascending triangle pattern. Ripping and running, spiking and climbing, getting the action behind it. Cool to always see. Let's see how high this one can get up to. I'm going to look for, again, 1040 entry, 1040 entry, 1055 entry, 1059 entry, 1070 entry, just in case we go up a little bit higher than I think. 1070, 1081, just in case we do get a pop. Right, so I'm just kind of loading the boat over on MNTS from, again, the prices of 1040 all the way up to 1080. Might even do a little bit of a lower one, 1030. There we go. All right, so MNTS, in case we do kind of spike on up to 1030 all the way up towards around 1080, I'm going to get entries. Why are you thinking 10s? If we take a look at past chart history pattern, everyone, you do have very strong resistance at this area, 1350. What's at 1350? 1350 is the 50-day moving average. That is going to be very strong resistance. Now you might say 1350, that's nowhere near $10. Why would you short at 1050 then? Because there is a couple strong resistance lines before we get up to that area. Take a look here, traders. Everyone follow me here. What we have here, if we want to take a look, is we have this area. This area is going to be at around the price of around 1060. 1060. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Then you could see 1060 holds up as resistance, and that's where I think resistance is going to be. So I think if we surround 1060, if that's going to be slightly underneath it and slightly above it, that's going to be where a red candle will happen. So if I put in entries around that 1060 mark, if that's slightly above, at or above, or excuse me, below, at or above, that's where I'll have the best overall cost basis for a red candle to form, make another $300 to $400 to $500, and then take profits. Could it go all the way up to 1350 today? Absolutely. But that's why, again, we're saying to ourselves, 1350 is pretty far away still. We're trying to make money if this stock pops into something a little bit more relevant to right now. This stock could easily spike on up a whole nother $1. So let's just make sure that we're on top of that and aware of it. Now, also, I will say, people will be looking for dip buys, if you guys are interested, at the old resistance area. Bounce play, strong resistance, 935. Strong resistance, 935. If you come back on down towards around that 935 area, people will be looking for dip buys where at? Right here, that red line. And people will be looking for dip buys right there at that purple line. Those are going to be the two areas that traders are going to be looking at. Red line, red line, red line, purple line. Those are going to be the two main areas that people are going to be on top of right now. Let's see where MNTS is going to get up to. How much higher this stock can spike up towards. See if we can get a nice rip and run up high. So I want to wait till like 1040s, 50s, 70s, 80s, even a 90, just because I want to try to, I don't want to get in too early. I'm like the type of trader a lot of times, especially when I'm looking for either dip buys. Dip buys, I say to a lot of times I'll say for dip buys, hey, I'll look for the purple line. And a lot of traders will say to me, well, it might not come down to the purple line. Well, if it doesn't come down to the purple line, no harm done, right? No harm, no foul. Like, I don't need to worry then. If it comes down to the purple line and it bounces, I know I have a great entry. If it doesn't come down the purple line, well, then I don't lose any money. Same exact thing when I'm shorting. When I'm shorting, I look for very high entries. And some people say, hey, that entry may not happen. And I say, well, then no problem. But if I do get filled, I can trade with confidence. Now, what are you guys recognizing right now? What are you guys realizing at this moment? We are having a little bit at this time, a small upper shadow. Remember, upper shadows are one of the best indicators to know that a reversal is going to happen. When you have an upper shadow, it usually indicates red. So here's an upper shadow, right? You get the big fall, right? Reversal. A lot of times upper shadows indicate that red is coming. Well, you could look at my previous trade. My previous trade over on SMXT. SMXT, traders, where did we short this play? We got an SMXT at an incredible entry, didn't we? SMXT, where did we short it? We shorted SMXT on the upper shadow. That's incredible. Look what has happened since the upper shadow. So one of my favorite things to look for in stock trading for shorting is going to be when upper shadows occur. Now, I do know, again, this. I know, again, some people love shorting. Some people don't like shorting. Some people like buying for breakouts. Some people like dip buys. Some people like swing trading. Again, that's all great. It doesn't matter. Guys, if you watch me every day and you're like, oh, I'm not a big shorter, you could still watch me every day because I'm going to still give you the best entries, the best exits, the best dip buys. Even if I don't do a specific trade you might do, doesn't mean, again, that it's not going to be like worth it. Now, on top of that, what's a great thing? Cobra, right? Cobra trading right here. These guys, the PDT rule is about to drop in 2025 or 2026, excuse me. The PDT rule dropping in 2026. Right now, you have to have a $24,000 account to use, again, Cobra. Once the PDT rule drops, you only need about $5,000. How great is that going to be? How many people are going to use Cobra once again the PDT rule drops and you guys can short every single stock? You guys don't have to use a prop firm. You guys don't have to use, a random, shitty broker. You can use the best of the best. So right now, again, I do have over $20,000 in my account that I can be able to use Cobra with. But I know not everyone has that luxury. All right, guys, market's about to open on up. Let me switch out my scanners here, and we'll be all set, ready to rock and roll for a brand new day ahead. Already got ourselves all set. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be back on the mic in just 1 moment. I'm going to turn up the music. I'll be back in about 2 minutes here. We'll be all set, ready to rock and roll. 1 moment, Trey. All right, traders. Let's get ready to go right here. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Now, sorry, I had to step away there for a second. I am not in on anything. Before I got out, before I left real quick, I removed my entries in case this one did spike. I am not in on anything. Let's take a second. I'm sorry I had to take a step out here for a moment. Let's get ready to rock. All right. What do we have here? We know we are spiking. We are ripping. We are running. MNTS right now just came up to 1099. We know that we have strong resistance around the 1060 area. We are above 1090. We are above 1060. If we hold 1060, we might continue to get that next leg on up. MNTS is still grinding. MNTS is still looking good. MNTS, where is the next target? Guys, we're breaking $11. MNTS, the next main target, as we know, is the 1332. 1332 is the 50-day moving average. I would say anything above 1280 to 1275 would be, again, where you want to get your next entry. MNTS, guys, looks like it has all the buying volume. MNTS, as we talked about before, had the perfect descending triangle pattern. MNTS looks like it's trying to spike on up towards what area? The 50-day moving average, aka the blue line. I would say next short opportunity would be anything above the price of 1270. So, if interested, you go price 1274, price 1281, price 1289. Let me make sure that we're all set here. MNTS, what does that say? 200. Oh. 1288. 1290. 1311. 1318. Right now, I'm just setting very high orders, guys. All I'm doing is setting high orders in case we continue to get this squeeze, unless we continue to get this spike. If we continue to keep, ripping and running, I just want to make sure that we're all good. So, as of now here, we've gotten up towards 1170. I am not in on MNTS. You could see 0 shares. SMXT, I traded earlier this morning. I made $485. At this moment, I am sitting with a $320 profit from earlier. But right now, we are looking for MNTS to maybe squeeze on up. What's our target? If you are a buyer, you are looking to be able to hold this play up to above 1250. Your target, if you are a buyer, is to hold above 1250. If you guys are looking for shorts at this moment, you are waiting until you get above probably 1280. MNTS is the most active play. It's 1 million in float. MNTS is right here, price $11, only 1.61 million in float. And that is going to be our top play. It has also been the most active play this morning. You can see again, taking a look, MNTS, this is one of the most active plays. ATMC is again a delisted play, ignore that one. MNTS is the #1 top gainer, 72% gain. If we take a look over on the analyst alerts right here, we can see MNTS is up over 59% with 1.61 million in flow after partnership news this morning. MNTS traders are watching the stock. So hot movers, MNTS was the #1 play. So it's, MNTS is alerted right here on FoxRunner under hot movers. MNTS is literally showing that MNTS is one of the best plays of today. So we take a look here. MNTS, that's where all traders are looking at. MNTS is where all traders are focused on. MNTS is the play. So make sure that you guys are all set. Right now here, traders, we are trying to put ourselves in the best position. Did my camera die? Give me 1 second. Let me change out the camera. All right, guys, camera is coming back online at this moment. Getting ourselves all set here. And we are back live here. Hey, shout out to everyone joining us on this day. I hope you guys are fired up, and I hope you guys are excited to kick off the starts of 2026, baby. Guys, 2026, I'll be honest, has been the greatest year of my life. And now people say, how? How has 2026 been the greatest year of your life? I mean, guys, how has it not been? We are, again, 7 days in. I'm waking up. I'm trading stocks looking absolutely fantastic with the best looking people in the world. Right now, again, we're getting ourselves dialed in, living in this moment. I don't live in the past, guys. Living in the past is a very sad thing. Living in the future is a very sad thing. I like to live right now in this absolutely beautiful day that is handed to us. Let's crush it. Woo! It is going to be such an awesome opportunity to be able to trade today, be able to work with you guys today, to be able to get after it. Now, we got a 95% top gainer, and I am not looking for any short entry until 12.50. Now, you could also look for, if this stock gets a hard pullback, you will most likely get a dip buy and bounce play right around $10. So just a heads up for every single person, guys. Heads up for every single trader that, if you get that quick lower shadow, $10 is most likely going to be holding up as support. Guys, INTS. MNTS. Let's make sure that we're all set here. Ready to go. MNTS still getting a little bit of this drop here. Guys, if this one keeps on falling, next dip buy opportunity. Again, we're still falling. Next dip buy opportunity, go with like the 990s, 980s. I'm going to reverse this here, guys. I will look for dip buys if we can go all the way back on down towards the VWAP or lower. This is up to you. You can go VWAP at 967, or you can go even lower towards like 920. Again, I'm just going to play it safe day one. Day one of 2020, I'm playing safe. I'm going down to 920. Not short, a 920 dip buy, right? I'm going to go back on down towards 924. I'm going to go back down towards 918. I'm going to go back on down towards 920. I'm going to go really low here, just in case. Again, this is one of those scenarios where you might say 930, you might not even get that low. And if we don't get that low, no harm, no foul. Nothing bad's going to happen here, right? But if I can get that low, I'll take it, So I'm hitting both sides here, traders. It's a little heads on up. If we start spiking and start running up towards new highs, I'm going to short. If we start dumping on down towards this blue line, I'm going to look for dip buys. Okay? So I'm trying to get both sides. Now, what you guys also have to realize in stock trading is you always want to look for the extremes. Now, you might say, what do you mean by the extremes? The extreme high and the extreme low. If you are looking for, and again, the easiest way to kind of show you guys this is just kind of break it on down. If you want to be successful in stock trading, the easiest way to do that is to be able to understand support and resistance, which is very simple. Resistance is going to be where stocks are going to reverse at on the upside. Support is going to be where stocks are going to reverse at the bottom side. And 9 out of 10 times, stocks are just going to do what? Bounce in between them. You know what I mean? Stocks go up and down, up and down, up and down. So what does this mean? This means the worst areas you can buy is somewhere in the middle. If you get involved in here, or here, or here, or here, there's a chance that it might turn. There's a chance it might go higher. There's a chance it just might move sideways. There's a chance your stop loss gets hit. What is the best area to, let's say, always get filled? Hey, if you want to get filled on a short, surround these tops. If you want to get filled on a dip buy, surround these bottoms. This is where you have the greatest opportunity to profit, and you will also lose the least amount of money. Well, how do I lose the least amount of money? Well, because if you look for a dip buy, let's say at the price of $9.20, you can have a stop loss at the price of $9. So basically what you're saying to yourself is, if the stock falls down here, you are willing and you are accepting, I will take a loss of $200. But let's say the stock hits this bottom area that we expect there to be a bounce play. And then guess what we have? We have that the stock moves its way all the way back on up, right? The stock starts climbing and growing and starts moving its way on up. Well, now again, we can accept the fact that we are going to win $1,000. So basically we are getting at a great entry, keeping a very nice tight stop loss, and on top of that, have a lot of room to be able to climb. Same exact thing on this side. Let's imagine the stock starts spiking again and starts going on a very big breakout where we can go ahead and have a stop loss, let's say above the price of $13.50. $13.50 is our stop loss. And obviously, what is going to be our goal? What is going to be our target? To short it and see it fall on down and fall on down and fall on down. And it's the same concept as before. If we get filled here and it goes up to here, we lose $200. But if we get filled and it does what we think it's going to do, we are going to win $1,000. So again, having great entries and exits is what's actually going to make you a great trader. A great trader isn't about, oh guys, I'm going to buy stock XYZ and it goes on a great spike. That's not usually what a great trader is about. A great trader is more about entries, actually finding a great play and being willing to pull the trigger at those areas where you have very low risk and you have very high reward. That's what, again, stock trading is more about. Does that make sense, everyone? So when I take a look over on MNTS, I wanted to short, as you guys know, up towards around 13, 12.80, right? That area, right? I was about $1 away. Right now, I'm looking for a dip buy back in the 920s, 930s, 920s. I do believe if I get filled somewhere back on down near this blue line, it's going to be a great area after we have now fallen from 1170 to 1070 to 970 to now all the way back down to $9, where we not only have old top, but we also have, again, uptrend. And then, of course, we could easily get a nice little dip buy and bounce play. So I will get filled, as I said, if we come back on down near the blue line or near the purple line. That's strong support, looking for a dip buy and bounce play. And if we ever start crashing underneath it, I'm just going to get out. But I'm going to give that one a chance, absolutely. So right here, team, we are staying smart. TMDE, hold it up, no news. TMDE, hold it up, no news. Thank you for the heads on up right here. This is another reason, shout out to Ritz. Shout out to Ritz right there. You know what I love about live streaming? You know what I love about having this community over on Tradecaster? You know what I love about the YouTube chat? Is that the thing is, when you guys, stream with me and you guys are trading with me every single day, like, we don't miss any play. And that's the beauty about you guys just watching this every day, right? The beauty of is I'm going to go over absolutely everything. But you guys obviously watching mine, you guys are going to have trade idea scanners here where we are going to get every single hot mover. We are going to have, of course, Fox Runner, where we are going to get every single hot mover, where we have the chat room, where every single person is a knowledgeable trader, where we just don't miss any trade. So again, TMDE on watch right here. We'll see TMDE open on up at 9:47 and 58 seconds and see what this one's doing. There's no news on display, but maybe TMDE can maybe start getting a little bit of a spike and rip and run. Right now, traders, we do have MNTS trying to get a little bit of a bounce play. MNTS got a little bounce off the VWAP, which is understandable. How's the SPY doing? S&P 500. S&P 500 trying to build. S&P 500. What do I want to see? I want to see 700 break, 710. So right now, S&P 500. We'll see if that one can get up towards 690 and we start breaking some new record highs here. That's obviously what we're looking for. TMDE still trying to spike. MNTS, no. VRME, ASTI. ASTI also getting a little bit of hype. Right now, we're sitting with a $300 profit. Reese, what do you think of an entry on NNE now in light of the massive oil reserves becoming available? I mean, the thing is, energy stocks, oil plays, and now again, nuclear. I mean, nuclear is going to be something that's going to take time. Like, I know nuclear is a hot topic, but at the same time, it's going to take years. Now, I'm not saying that means it's going to fall for years, but we might not get that explosive move for a little bit. Now, again, don't get me wrong. If we take a look over on BWXT and nuclear play, that stock rose about 70% in 2025. Obviously, nuclear is still far away, but it's still very big. Oklo spiked like 100% in 2025. Oklo was one of the hottest movers out there. So it's not that like, hey, nuclear is done by any sort of means, but if we have all this oil and gas, are some people going to say, oh, let's kind of put nuclear on the back burner right now because we have all these new reserves of oil and gas and such? Potentially, yes. Potentially, absolutely. So we definitely want to make sure that we're aware of this. Now, guys, if you were not here this morning, I do just want to take, again, 5 minutes just to go over this. Everyone head on over to Foxrunner, click the analyst alerts, and then scroll all the way on down to the bottom. Just in case you were living under a rock, I'm going to speed run this real quickly, guys. So again, please stick with me. But this is what's going on in the market. My job is to make sure that you guys are always aware of what's going on in the market. And what we have right here is CVX. Chevron and oil stocks gap up big following Venezuela president captured. Venezuela currently has 303 billion barrels of crude oil reserves, which Trump says the U.S. now controls. Oil prices are trading at $57 a barrel, making Venezuela's total reserves worth $17.3 trillion. Even if the U.S. sells half of this, that's $8.7 trillion. In other words, in the last 12 hours, the U.S. has gained control of oil reserves that are worth more than the entire GDP of all other countries in the world except for USA and China. Guys, I don't think people realize this. There is more oil in Venezuela than there is in Saudi Arabia. You know how Dubai lives like they're all kings and queens and they have Bugattis and they just drive around everywhere in supercars? Venezuela has more oil than Saudi Arabia. So the thing that's crazy is the US right now controls all the oil in Venezuela. Well, guess what? That's making our country stronger than it's ever been. We have more money right now if you take the Venezuela oil to more by every country almost combined. And that's why this morning CVX, Chevron is the only US based oil in Venezuela already. And that's why CVX is having an 11% gap up this morning. So just a little heads on up. If you guys have been not following global news, again, we did capture the Venezuela president and his wife. And since that has happened, we have been seeing oil stocks rise. We're seeing all these stocks climb on up. We're seeing a lot of great things happen from this. It's absolutely great. Venezuela, again, all their people are out partying. There's a big parade at this time because that guy was a dictator. He wouldn't leave. So now at this moment, we have Venezuela on our side. We have oil reserves on our side. We have more oil than ever at this moment. So oil stocks are spiking. And CVX is the main one because it's a U.S. oil in Venezuela at this time. U.S. oil in Venezuela from CVX. So that's why this one's spiking. But there's other plays you guys can look at. VLO, COP, MPC, XOM, PSX, OXY, EOG, DVN, KMI. We have all of these plays as well. So make sure that you guys are fully aware of those. Okay? These definitely have a lot of hype and have a lot of potential. Now, it's not only oil plays. Here are 15 different stocks poised to benefit from Venezuela. So CVX, Oxy, XOM, but there's also defense systems. There's also drones and autonomy. There's also sensor, space, data centers. These are all set to benefit from the Venezuela takeover here. So if we want to talk about what is the most talked about thing today, CVX gapping up. Oil stocks are extremely hot because we have more oil than ever. 15 stocks to watch because of this. And then what else do we have here? We also have, little side note, ONDS. For anyone who does not know, ONDS was they took the algorithm of X and they said, what is the stock that has the most tweets of 2026 is going to be the best for X stock? It's ONDS. So this does not have any 100% guarantee. But out of every single person that has tweeted a tweet with a stock ticker, ONDS has come up the most. Now, it's pretty good information. ONDS right here, an $11 stock, the most tweeted stock to have success in 2026. If I were you right now, I'd put that on your watch list. If I were you right now, I'd say, hey, let's be aware of this one. You know, so ONDS, definitely very cool. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Here's the Mag 7. Mag 7, the Magnificent 7, the best stocks of the Magnificent 7 are the best plays in the world. The best country, the best stocks in the world, the best companies in the world. Google, 65% gain. Guys, that is unheard of. To see a blue chip play gain 65%, that's nuts. Nvidia, 39%. SPY, 18. Microsoft, 16. Meta, 13. Tesla, 11. Apple, 9. Amazon, 5. Traders, this is why I always say, do not ever go against the Magnificent 7. I know some people, they say, ooh, I like to do put contracts or this or that. I don't ever short the Magnificent 7. I only add on dips. I short penny stocks. I short shit stocks, absolutely, off momentum. But I, again, take my money and I load up on Mag 7 plays. Every time you have a dip buy on a Magnificent 7 play is when you have a great opportunities. Let's just skip up here real quick. Do not become a victim of fear in 2026. You type in on YouTube right now, 2026 market. I'm gonna do an experiment right here. 2026 stock market, and let's just see what comes on up. If you type in 2026 stock market, all right, let's see what we have. 2026 stock market, 2026 stock market crash. My 2026 stock market crash game plan. Will the housing market finally crash in 2026? Breaking 2026 outlook. Important warning. A once in a lifetime crash is coming. Guys, how insane is that to think about? How insane is that to kind of, jump in and go over? You type in 2026 stock market, it's, you know why it's fear? Because fear gets clicks. Do not fall into fear. Because look at this, guys. The average bull market is 3 years. The average bear market is less than a year. The average bull market is going to give you a total return of 111%. The average bear market is going to be a 35% drop. Traders, look at the visual. Stop trying to ever predict a pullback. I will say, I again was like, when Michael Burry predicted 2008, it's like, wow, look how cool that was. He predicted it. But at the end of the day, guys, 2008 is this little tiny orange move. You could have literally just jumped in on plays and just held them and be able to make 10 times more. It is stupid to ever look for and say, hey, let me go ahead and look for the next recession. Why? Look at the last 20 years on the S&P 500. Sure, you get pullback here, you get pullback here, you get pullback here. Or you could just buy and hold. So going into 2026, you will hear AI bubble. You will hear AI fear. You will hear war, trade war, whatever, this and that, this and that. But do not fall into the trap of saying, hey, every single time we have something like this, you are going to try to be able to predict it and say, oh, hey, I'm going to predict this, I'm going to predict this, I'm going to predict this, I'm going to predict it. When you can literally just do what? When you can just hold it and make all of this money. How much better is that? Little side note, MNTS is dropping on down right here. Hold on a second, guys. MNTS, I know this one is getting a little bit of a crash. Did I just get filled over on MNTS as it came on down towards 920? I got to see real quick. MNTS, I had my entries. MNTS. Guys, MNTS, I am in right now at 930. Okay. Guys, MNTS, I did get filled with 600 shares at 934 as we pulled on back to that area. So I got 600 shares filled as we had that pullback. Let's see if we can bounce back on up towards like 975 or higher. If we can get above 975 or higher, I'll take my profits. So did anyone just get filled with me on MNTS? At again, the blue or purple line, 975 or higher, take your profits. Let's make another 200 bucks. We're at 968. Let's see if we get a little pop up towards 970s. Take again a little bit of cash. 966, 966. Again, we're up 150. Again, it's only 600 shares. We didn't get filled as much as I wanted, but we might get filled a little bit more. So again, all we did on this play, as you guys know, is I'm trying to get filled. Guys, there's 970s. Guys, 190, 200 bucks, locking your gains. There's another $200. Awesome. There you go, guys. So again, how great is that? How awesome is that? Did you guys just get filled with me at the blue line? Did you guys just get filled with me at the purple line? Did you guys just make a free $200 with me? And you were saying, yeah, I made a free 200, or I didn't, because again, remember, we want to look for the extremes. What's the extremes here? The extremes are, again, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy. Purple line is the extremes. You get dip buy here, dip buy here, dip buy here. You get purple line, dip buy here. Where's the extremes? Old top resistance, 930. Old top resistance, 930. Old top resistance, 930. Look at this, dip buy at 930. Now you're at 970s. So every single person should have gotten filled at that area as we talked about. Now, I'll be frank with you as well. I still have open entries that did not get filled because it didn't go a little bit lower. I had entries, as you guys can see here, at, oh, those are the tops, excuse me. Let me see. Let me get rid of these shorts. Boink, 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 boink. Here are the open entries that did not get filled. 924, 921, 920, 918. Those didn't get filled. So I was going to try to get filled, 1,000 shares or so. I only got filled 600, but let me cancel these. I'm going to cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this. But remember, traders, what did I say? I usually can pick a price point and know this is where reversing is going to happen. This is where buying is going to happen. I can clearly see, hey, guess what? When we come down near this area, there's usually buying. Near this area, there's buying. Near this area, there's buying. All I said was, near this area, there's going to be buying. Also, I said, hey, when we get near this area, that's a reversal. Near this area, that's a reversal. Near this area, we had our breakout. So, old resistance turns into new support. So we had this entire area right here, that was going to be our main support line. That was going to be the area that we want to try to get filled. So we just placed some entries right around there, and guess what's happening now? Now we're getting some nice green candles as the stock is bouncing its way back on up. If you guys got filled at 950, 940, 930, 920, whatever it was, now it's back up towards 990. Now you might get a little pop back up to $10. So at this moment, I am up at this time $518 on the day. So again, total gain at this time here, guys, just a little heads on up, of $518 on the day. That is my profit at this moment. Just doing some nice, solid, small trades, being able to make this profit. So, good job for everyone who got that. Happy to help. All right here, traders. Let's see what we can do. Let's see again what we can do and how we can attack this. So MNTS pretty good. But yes, going back in the bull and bear market, we kind of talked about this a little bit. Little heads on up, 2026, a Morgan Stanley National Security Index that it came on out. Agentic AI is going to be growing. Everyone talks about AI. This is something big here, traders. Little heads on up. Everyone, let's scroll up to the very top here. Not the very top, but like up higher. We have a massive week ahead, like a massive week. Today at 4 o'clock, traders, that we do have the CES conference going. For anyone who does not know, let me kind of bring this on over. CES 2026 Las Vegas. If you guys do not know, CES is the biggest tech conference of the year. So you guys can type in, CES and kind of go over it all. This is the biggest tech conference of the year. This is where CEOs of AMD are going to be speaking. This is where NVIDIA CEO is going to be speaking. This is where we are going to get tons of information. Dr. Lisa Su, Roland Bush, Yannick Ballard, all interviews coming on through. We are going to have so much tonight at 4 o'clock. Tonight at 4 o'clock, we are going to be having the CEO of NVIDIA speak and go over brand new models. So NVIDIA CEO giving a keynote at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. AMD CEO Lisa Su will be giving a keynote at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Again, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time because it's in Las Vegas, so that's really 6:30 there. So again, AMD is going to be big. NVIDIA is going to be big. You might see a big gap up tonight. So just a little heads on up. These are some stocks to watch. New IPOs today. Spotlight on CES. Tomorrow, right? Some things that you guys want to be watching. Wednesday, things that you guys want to be watching. Here's the entire economic calendar and things to be focusing on with the economic calendar. So make sure you guys go through all of this and make sure you guys are all set. All right. Also, these are some sectors that could possibly spike in 2026. Growth trends, 2026. Space, enterprise, Mag 7, power and energy, semiconductors, defense and autonomy, robotics, AI infrastructure, fintech, healthcare, uranium, battery tech. Make sure you guys go check that out if you guys have not yet. These are all plays that easily could spike in 2026. What do you guys think the 2026 theme is going to be? You know, and also, you know, what I'm very excited about is I'm ready to see the brand new orders coming through on a lot of these guys. I want to see again, you know, the January buys, the January entries. I want to see again the new, like, what's Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi, her last year in Congress. Guys, you know how we all follow Nancy Pelosi, you know, trades? This is her last year. This is the last year of Nancy Pelosi trades. So, is she going to go out with a bang? What do you guys think? Could this be going out with a bang, Nancy Pelosi? The final hoorah, the final goodbye. Little heads on up, I do not have any entries at this time over on MNTS. The purple line is starting to crack. I am not involved on that play right now. Little heads up for you. So MNTS, I am not getting involved on that. Right now I'm in on all my, I'm all out. I have $550 in profit. I am not forcing anything at this moment. I'm a happy camper, sitting back, staying smart. And this is why MNTS, guys, starting to crash. Notice what's happening here. Guys, just take a look. MNTS, why is this dump happening? You have bounce play purple line, bounce play purple line, bounce play purple line, bounce play purple line, and now again, the bounce play is starting to crack. Right? When you guys take a look over on MNTS, it's just the fact that, again, this red line starting to crack. Where would a great dip buy opportunity be? Probably back on down near $8. If this stock gets a big red candle, it's going to be back on down to like $8.13, $8.14. That's where you could see a little bit of a dip. That's where you could see a little bit of a bounce play. That's where you could see a little bit more action. Okay? So I would say if you get that nice red candle back on down to sub 820, that's the next dip buy. Hey, no crazy breakout just yet. No crazy spiker just yet. At the same time, making $500 plus, not too shabby, eh? Not too shabby, eh? Yeah? Yeah! All right here, baby. Let's get ready for a big day ahead. TMDE. TMDE still trying to grind a little bit. VRME. Still trying to get a little of this momentum. Just jumping around at this point. Trying to find, again, best stocks, best rips, best runs. I know TMDE is trying to get a little hype. I see it. I know TMDE is trying to get a little momentum behind it. TMDE does not have any sort of news, but I will say it's an energy play. So what do you guys think? Energy stock, TMDE, energy limited, stock going on a nice rip and run. So we'll see what we have here. Hijinks talking about, again, the oil, saying it's not politics for partisan sake, you dummy. It's the current global environment which influences the market. Read a book, you wick hunter. Whoa. Guys, hey, I'll be honest with you. Me speaking about certain topics, I do my absolute best to be able to speak in every single way in a 100% neutral tone. You know why? Because I'm not here to give you political advice. I am not here to give you my political opinion. I don't think anyone signs up to listen to Sean Deckmar politics. You know what people sign up for? To be able to hear, again, great alerts. To be able to hear me do my commentary. To be able to hear me, again, go through these plays. But yes, if you are, again, on one side or the other, if you are, again, far left, far right, somewhere in between, I'm here as a stock trader. Do I have my own personal opinions on Trump or Biden or Kamala or this guy or that guy? Sure. But I'm not going to sit here and, again, tell you all this. So you know what? Everything I do, it's going to be in an investing purpose. Everything I do, I speak to try to give you beneficial value as, again, an investor. So please understand that. I'm not here to give you my political opinion. If I was, I don't know, half the chat room would leave, the other half the chat room would love me. That's just how it goes. Half the people be like, yeah, Deck. The other half the people be like, no. Nah. TMDE starting to get that drop on down. Again, TMDE, energy stock, oil play. Trying to get a little hype and momentum right there. VRME. VRME, a little bit of a buying volume over on VRME. Has room to run up to 140. Not really, it doesn't have enough like juice in this play for the squeeze, right? You know, this play right here, it's going to have a lot of like 140 resistance. 135 a high, 148 a high, 145 a high. So it's kind of like, it's going to be somewhere right around this orange line. It's most likely going to be some strong resistance that's going to start bringing this play back on down. So right here, traders, we are going to be all set. Ready to rock. Ready to go. INBS here, MOBX, PASG, NXL, RDHL, PAVS. Guys, if you guys see anything going crazy, ripping, running, spiking, climbing, do you guys see anything going wild right now? Please let me know. We are a chat. We are a community. We are all here to work with each other and be able to grow. Well, let's make the best of the best happen. Let's get after it here together. Also, a little heads on up. Tomorrow, One Stop Prop is having one of those free tournaments. That's going to be a lot of fun. So again, tomorrow, One Stop Prop is having one of the free trading tournaments. And we like getting those. You know, those are always fun. Those are always fun if they're giving away money, if they're giving away cash, if they're giving away free, again, $50,000 accounts, whatever it may be. But again, tomorrow is going to be a really big day, and I'm really excited about that, to be able to do one of those free trading tournaments. It's 100% free to enter. Winner gets, you know, if that's a free trading account, prop firm account, money account, every single person can enter, compete against me. Let's see who can win the most amount of money. So that's going to be great. Little heads on up. INBS right now, guys. INBS, a little bit of a mid-candle breakout pattern. I'll give that a go right here. Guys, INBS news. Starting to get a little spike and rip and run. So let's watch INBS right here, team. There's a chance that INBS is going to spike all the way up towards around the $13 mark. When we take a look over on INBS, this is what I call a mid-candle breakout pattern. Mid-candle breakout patterns, very simply enough, is this is going to be a pattern that only happens on the daily chart. The way this works is stock comes out with news. Stock comes out with a stock or a news, and it goes on a very big rip and run. Now, in this case, the news was it came out with a $10 million private placement over on Thursday of last week, I believe. Right? So we have a private placement press release. Stock goes on a rip and run. The following day, the stock has a pullback. Shorters take over. It falls about midway. Now, as you fall midway, now people say, wait a minute, we had good news on this play. Buyers then return, squeeze out the shorts, and you go on a nice rip and run. So essentially what we have here is we have stock come out with very nice news, turns into a top gainer, 100% plus move. After having a 100% plus move, shorters move in. Shorters move in, people make profit as the stock drops on down, people lock in their gains. After we fall about 45%, people start saying, didn't the stock have good news? This is a discount. And then buyers start moving back in, which usually leads to like another 100% move, as again, we usually see some sort of like short squeeze. Okay? So if you guys can see, we have spike, runs up to the 200-day moving average. People short it, dumps back on down. Now buyers are moving back in on this play. Does that make sense, everyone? So IMBS, I would definitely say keep your eyes peeled on this one. This one definitely has a lot of potential to be able to continue to move on up and definitely spike on up towards around that $13 mark. $13 is the 200-day moving average. I would not be shocked in the next few moments if we see a little rip and run up towards around $13. So INBS, could this one again start breaking that, $12 mark, starts running up to $13 and we start getting that nice little pop? We also do have a little bit, I would even say, like of a higher low setup right here, a little ascending triangle pattern squeeze, right? Might get one pullback back down towards like 1140 or so. But again, if this thing starts going, I mean, we have room to run up to 200-day moving average plus. I do not feel comfortable shorting INBS. INBS is one of the stocks I feel more comfortable going on the long side on. So we'll be all set. So here comes a little bit of that pullback. INBS still on high watch. That would be the next trade if we're going to be able to get one. Right now, INBS, guys, if you're looking for a dip buy or bounce play, next possible chance would be, again, this line, aka, which would turn into our purple line here. This purple line is back on down towards the low $11 mark. If you can get, I would say $11.18, $11.14, $11, it's kind of surround that VWAP area. The VWAP area, could be solid. All the way down to like 1090. Just in case we ever do get that pullback and then we get a bounce play back on up. Could be, again, just a little starting position. Because we still got room to run up towards around that 13, all the way up to $13. Trying to find something that's going to, kind of pick on up here. TMDE energy play. So again, we still have our energy play here over on TMDE. Again, why are energy stocks moving on up? Because of Venezuela. Right? So energy is like, I know a lot of times I used to be like, what are energy plays? When you hear energy, it's just like oil and gas. Okay? So energy, I know, sounds like electricity or like something like neutrons or electrons. It's just oil and gas. Energy is oil. Okay? So that's why that one is moving on up, TMDE. But that one's kind of like more slow and steady. Do we have anything out of something a little crazy? What's MNTS doing? MNTS, guys, MNTS, we again look for that play on the short side, look for that play on the long side. We got 2 wins so far. 1 loss, made back the loss. Looking to see if there's going to be anything that's going to start spiking. S&P 500 right here. We are going to see if we can start getting back up towards around 691 plus. What is the 52-week high? What is the record high over on the S&P 500? I want to take a look real quick. The S&P 500, the record high right now is 52-week range is 691.66. 691.66. Right now, we're at 687. You know what's pretty nuts? The low was 481. I mean, guys, that's kind of crazy to think about. We went on a $210 swing on the S&P 500. A $210 swing on the S&P 500 over the last 12 months. Kind of crazy, eh? S&P 500, only, again, $4 away from a brand new record high, and we're hoping that maybe... And I definitely could imagine this. All of a sudden, news comes out on... I think we are set up right now for a lot of good news right around the corner. And you might say, what do you mean? Guys, we have CES going on tonight. All right, one of the top things that we're looking at is we do have CES tonight, which is going to be right here. CES conference schedule, where we have AMD, Lisa Su speaking. Where we have keynotes from, again, the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang. We are going to be also having, obviously, all this data with oil in Venezuela. We have all of this going on. I could imagine AMD and NVIDIA come out with groundbreaking chips, brand new chips. Market moves up, AI starts getting hype. I could imagine Trump comes out, says our country is going to be richer than ever because we have all of this brand new oil. Our country, the oil is now worth more than every country's GDP in the world other than the US and China. Now we have that. we are, again, every country almost combined, the United States has a higher GDP of now because of all this oil. That's going to raise the market. Raising the market with AI stuff this week. Raising the market with oil this week. Raising the market with whatever. Maybe, again, we get another interest rate cut coming on up. That could be insane, right? Let's go over to that real quick. Let's go over to CMEG Fed Watch Tool Probability. CMEG Fed Watch Tool Probability. The next FOMC meeting is in 23 days. There's an 83% chance that we're cutting rates again. Guys, we're cutting rates again in 23 days. 83% chance. That's pretty crazy, eh? So, want to make sure you guys are on top of that. Also, INBS. I'm doing very small entries right now at the purple line. Heads up, everyone. INBS. Very small entries, purple line. I'm going to give it a chance. See if I can get a little bit of money. INBS, I got filled 200 shares here. What would I like? I would like to see this back up near like 1160, 1170. Try to make another free $100. You know, so right now here, guys, I am at 1115. Only got filled 200 shares. INBS got filled off the purple line. I just want to see if I can make another $100. Again, if someone walked in my room right now, put $100 on the desk and said, here you go, here's a free 100, I would take it. I would say, hey, thank you so much. That's incredible. You know, thanks for the $100. So again, sometimes, you know, I try to limit like my expectations when I don't see a lot of volume, when I don't see a lot of hype, when I don't see a lot of action. I try to limit it and be like, hey, you know what? Anything is good, right? So small trade would be $100 for me. Let's see if INBS is going to get a little reversal and move itself on up. I do have the cost basis of 11.15. Let's just see if we get a little bounce play, a little reversal, a little turn. If we don't, then I'm just going to get out, to be honest with you. You know, this is not like a massive trade. I'm just looking for a free $100. If we get a little green candle, pop back up towards 1170. We're at, you know, let's get a little green candle right here. Get a little grind back up to, you know, break 1150. And just take some free money. It's not going to be a big one. Not going to be a big one. Just because of lack of volatility. That's it, guys. Lack of volatility. Right now, I'm back to even. I'm going to get out of this play, 200 shares. I'm just going to, again, lock that out, lose $5. Not getting the bounce I wanted to. Keep it nice and tight and small. So, losing $5. Again, I want to find something a little faster. Right now, I am up $513 on the day, though. Traders, let's do a run through right now. Let's see if there is anything that's absolutely massive. Going through the best top gainers of the day. We have number one, TMDE. TMDE. I do not dislike this play. I like it. It's just going to be you have to hold it for the next few hours. TMDE, look to bounce off the VWAP, hold it for a few hours, slow and steady oil play. LHSW, stock is a little low in volume, did just pop up to $1. LHSW right here, I don't believe there's any sort of news, but let's just double check it. LHSW, this play, any sort of news on this play? Monday 12-1, December 1st was last press release. No news I see over on this one. VRME, slow and steady. Again, nothing wrong with it. Just slow. Again, I guess I just want something a little faster. You know, guys, I want something getting halted. I want a little more of that chaos. I guess I'm in that 2026 mood. I want something going nuts. I want something, again, jumping off the board, and I want to start going a little crazy. You know? So, right here, I am not going to force. Right now at this moment, I do not have any open orders. 0 orders, 0, 0, 0, 0, currently sitting $519 profit. It is currently 10:21 in the market. We have gone over absolutely everything we need to do with, again, all the Venezuela. We don't have any congressional trades just yet either. And then at this moment, as we know, we are just kind of sitting back and waiting and watching. What are the best plays from news today? Best plays from news today, we have a 71% top gainer, VRME, UFG 30, 29, 22, 21. No 100% top gainers from news today, right? ALT is probably my favorite press release with the FDA breakthrough. You can keep that on the back burner. Very large float, though, 87 million. Other than that, we do have, of course, all the top gainers. ATMC is not a top gainer. We go to TMDE, which is an oil play. TMDE, oil play, VRME did have news. So TMD, oil play, VRME did have news on it. So that's basically where we're at. That's obviously what we're focusing on, looking at, staying alert. And just seeing if we're going to be able to see anything, you know, start grinding. If you guys are still holding on to INBS, there's a chance INBS is going to still pop its way back on up. Joby has been moving on up. Joby's one of those You know, underdog plays. I like Joby, guys. I really do. And again, like I will say, I think all growth stocks are moving back on up. Has anyone realized that growth stocks were kind of getting crushed over the last month and a half? Has anyone realized Joby was falling for like the last month and a half? This is a growth stock. What's a growth stock? A growth stock is a stock that has massive potential. A stock that could change the world. A stock that could be able to turn into something big. Like for instance, like, you know, quantum computing. Quantum computing has been dumping over the last 3 months, finally getting a little pop here today. eVTOLs, Archer, right? Getting a little pop. Joby, getting a little bit of pop, right? Space stocks, they've been super hot ever since, you know, space stocks have been hot just because of SpaceX. You know, what about AMPX? I bet you AMPX is probably getting a little bounce today. AMPX bouncing back on up today. So it's not like, a lot of times people came up to me and they're like, AMPX, why is that one not doing well? And I say, it's because the entire growth sector isn't doing well. AMPX wasn't doing that well because, again, growth sectors, Oklo wasn't doing that well. And again, well, what does nuclear have to do with drones? Nothing. And again, I could say, and eVTOLs weren't doing that well. Like Joby wasn't doing that well. Well, what does eVTOL has to do with drones? It has to do with, again, batteries. Nothing. It's just all growth plays have had, again, a rough 2 to 3 months. But it seems like they're starting to bounce back on up, right? So it's like fintech. You know, we're looking for it to bounce back on up. We're looking for all these quantum, fintech, all these kind of different trends, these growth plays, to be able to spike back on up. So you could see that if we scroll on down here, there is, again, a lot of growth opportunities. What are, again, some growth plays? Growth trends for 2026. Space, AI, power and energy, semiconductors, defense, robotics, fintech, healthcare, nuclear, battery tech, right? Different things like that. So it's nice to see growth stocks moving on up at this time. I know TMDE, guys, still a grinder. It's going to be slow and steady all day. It probably will be. Slow and steady up, slow and steady down. But I think a pretty successful day so far, right, eh? Pretty successful day to kick things on off in 2026. If someone, again, told me this morning and said, hey, 2026, you would make $519 on the day, would you take it right now? I would say, yeah. Traders, I don't think people realize this, and I know I've done this many times in the past, but again, play the calculator game. There's 251 days in the stock market. Just think right now, what can you make a day? What can you make a day? What's your average? Can you make $190 on a day? Can you do that? Yeah, I could do that. Like, I know you have made more than $190 before. Can you average that very small amount? So yeah, so again, let's say you average 190 bucks. At the end of the year, you'll have $47,690. There's a lot of people in chat. There's a lot of people that watch me. There's a lot of people here that trade in the mornings and then they go to their 9-to-5 job. There's a lot of people who trade in the mornings and then they do a different side hustle. Imagine if you make $50,000 a year here and then you make, again, $50,000 a year doing something else. I mean, guys, that's 190 bucks. Today I made 519. Let's play the game. 251 days, or excuse me, let's go 251 days times $519 average. That doesn't mean I make it every day. Some days I win 1,000, some days I lose 200. The average is 519. That's 130 grand. So if I just do what I do right now, if I just do this every day, I make $130,000 at the end of the year. Becoming a full-time stock trader isn't as hard as you think. What's the hard thing about being a full-time stock trader? Let's say making, again, $400, and then all of a sudden you say, man, I want to make $10,000 today. I'm seeing all these guys on YouTube and Instagram, they make $20,000 a day. I want to make $8,000, and you just keep holding trades. And guys, what you don't realize is half those people are trading on prop firms that aren't even real money. Half those people are, again, trading on paper trades, trying to sell a service. Half those people that's not real money. When you see a 16-year-old kid on TikTok, being like, trade filled, trade enter, exit. Yay, guys, just made $90,000. And there's a whole bunch of people on the line like, yo, incredible. You're so great. I love it with all my heart. Guys, it's not real. It's all fake money. Right? They're just trying to sell a course to you or something. But again, that's why, I do all real money trades. Because this is how I make my living. But again, trading in front of you, showing you everything. So all my money, all my trades are 100% real with real funds right in front of you. I'm not going to do, again, $1 million paper trades that are fake. Deckmar fanboy number 1. Woo! Thank you so much. Hey, happy 2026. I love you too, with all my heart. Thank you so much. Can you do a limit order over on OSP? But I appreciate every single person's support. Jay Sniggle, OSP, that's not a ticker I got. So OSP, it might not be working for you because I don't even see that's a ticker. MNTS here, traders, still watching this one. Hey, guys, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys type something in the chat right now. Let's get ourselves excited for an absolutely amazing year of 2026 coming on up. I am, again, enjoying being here every single day, loving life, getting after it, doing what we do best. What a day it is. What a blessing. What an opportunity to be here. S&P 500 starting to run on up. Let's get some record highs, baby. Let's get some record highs. I'm really pumped on up here, traders, every single day. Traders, I'm also going to do this. I'm going to, and I'm going to be very transparent about it as well. But I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but X has been starting to pay their, X is paying their people like more money and such, which is really cool and very nice. But I think I'm just going to turn that into a giveaway. So I do have over on X, if you guys come over here and you guys go to follow, there is a subscribe button for $8 a month. Now, when you subscribe for $8 a month, what is that going to do? I am going to give away all that money every single day on the 1st. So again, for every single person that clicks subscribes, right now, again, there's only 36 subscribers because I just started this on up. But every single person that clicks subscribe on my X account, every 1st of the month, or again, every day that's the first, I'm going to go live and we are going to pick a subscriber and we are going to go through and we are going to give all the money to one subscriber every single month. So if this stays at 36 subscribers, we'll see what the math is. We'll go with 36 times 8. We will give away $288. But you know what I think could be really fun and really exciting is if we get to 800 subscribers and we times this by 8 and then we give away $6,000 every month. So if you guys want to be in the running, we're going to start this next month here. Next month, we are going to, again, see how many subscribers we have. We are going to click the subscribers, and I'm giving away all of the money to someone that, again, is a subscriber over on my X account. So if you guys want to be part of that, that's just $8, and it's going to put you in the running every single month. I'm going to do it live on stream. There's not going to be any sort of like gimmicks or anything. And I just think that would be a fun way to be able to give money for you guys and have some fun every single like 1st of the month. I think that would just be like a really fun way for everyone to be able to contribute and possibly be able to hit a jackpot every single month. So if you guys do not follow me on X, make sure you guys go ahead and follow me. Make sure you guys are all set right there. And we'll start that trend on up. I don't think anyone else is doing that, but I think it would be a fun way to be able to either A, grow subscribers, and B, get you guys excited. Obviously, you guys do not have to join in any sort of way, but at the same time, you will not be in the running if you do not join. Reese, I'll probably post a few things here and there for you guys. Absolutely. So I'll definitely post a few things every now and then for, again, the special X subscribers. But other than that, it'll be the main giveaway there. But I'll show you guys every month how many people have subscribed. And then again, if it stays at 30, if it goes to 10, whatever it is, we'll give it away. Again, I'm not going to keep that money. That's going to be money I'm just going to give to you guys. SOWG, TMDE. Guys, we're getting a little bit later in the morning. MNTS, this is a good place to look for a pop back up to $10 and a possible short. Just sort of heads on up. MNTS, this is a place to be able to get a nice little pop and then a possible short. MNTS, a little bit of, again, that little touch up towards around that VWAP area. No forcing for me right now. S&P 500 still grinding. Ladies and gentlemen, what a day the S&P 500's doing right now. A lot of fun over on the S&P 500. A lot of action, a lot of activity here. So far, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've actually traded one play twice. 5 trades on the day. If you guys missed out on any sort of my trades, you guys can rewind the live stream. You guys can also see every single P&L of the morning. So if you guys need to see any P&L, here's the time, here's the ticker. That's the short side, that's the buy side. You guys can see the price I got in. You guys see how much. You guys can see everything you need. So there's, again, the bottom of the P&L. There's the top of the P&L. And there's the money of the P&L. Other than that, I don't think we need anything else. INBS starting to dump on down here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, let's open up the floor right here. Any sort of final questions, comments, concerns? I think every single person understands why the S&P 500 is moving up so well. Also, you guys know this. The S&P 500 is moving up so well because, again, the oil, the Venezuela. We have everything that's happening right now. We also have the CES conference. You know, the S&P 500 is absolutely set in every single shape or form to be able to go crazy right now. We have CES conference tonight. AMD, Lisa Su says things. NVIDIA, 4 p.m. today. 4 p.m. today, guess what? We have keynote speaker Jensen Huang coming out saying new things. We have, again, our GDP stronger and bigger than ever. We have more oil right now in Venezuela than we have in Saudi Arabia. Guys, the S&P 500 is poised to hit record highs. On top of that, we have interest rate cuts coming up in 20 days. It's going to be pretty nuts. Right? It's going to be pretty crazy. You know what I will say, though? I am happy. We have right here, traders, you know, we had a nice little 2-week break, right? But now it's game time. We're back to get after it. We're back to make this money. The next day we have off is the 19th of January. That is Martin Luther King Day. So we have 2 full weeks of work, guys. We have this entire week. We have next entire week, and then we do have off the following Monday for, again, Martin Luther King Day. But I mean, we just went through the biggest, you know, break of stock trading. The biggest break of stock trading every single year is the Christmas New Year's. Christmas New Year's is always the biggest week of stock trading, right? Or the most time off. Now it's grind time. Now it's show up every single day. Now it's 2026 is here. Put away the cookies. Put away the brownies. Put away all those Sour Patch Kids. Start getting into the gym. Start putting in the work. Let's get fucking rich. Like, let's do it. You know? Let's get crazy. Let's have some fun. Let's make some money. Silky season, baby. Techmar fanboy number 1. We should do a subscriber content show on Fridays before the opening bell where 2 or 3 subscribers join so we can see each other and compete like a Wheel of Fortune style. I love it. I want to do a lot more like, guys, again, I'm always open to ideas. You know, I want to, like, I truly want to be able to get more views. I do. And so I think I want to do like more challenges, more things that like I feel like people can relate to. People can be able to watch and kind of understand what's going on. You know, I want to just be able to trade 100%, but I want to do maybe different challenges and have you guys compete and be able to do fun things. Like that's kind of what I want. I want to be able to get more engaging. I want to be able to put you guys to the test. I want to be able to take my trade to the next level. So I do want to, you know, switch things up in 2026 where, yes, I want to trade. I want to commentate. I want to be able to go over everything, but I want to compete. I want to try to accomplish things. I want to hit new goals. I want to be able to get after it. So if you guys have any ideas as well, I'm always open to hear. You guys are, again, you know, so great. So, hey, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Definitely slowing down a little bit. It is 10:37 in the market. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. Thank you so much for everyone who, again, is part of this absolutely beautiful day. Thank you so much who has joined us for the start of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for this absolutely beautiful, beautiful start to the year. I'm going to drop some links for you guys in chat. I always like to, again, give out all of the best of the best. As you guys know, my favorite scanner right here, Fox Runner. Make sure you guys go ahead, sign on up. I'll drop it over in the chat room so that you guys are all good. Posting that over on Twitter and over on chat. You guys do get a free 30-day pass over on Fox Runner. Make sure you guys go check it on out. You guys can go ahead and use Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas still has a live sale going on for New Year's as well. There is no free 30-day pass over on Trade Ideas, but you guys can get a discount right there. You guys can also be able to sign up to Cobra, the same broker that I use to be able to get all these amazing shorts. Make sure you guys go ahead, check them on out. They are one of the best, and you guys are all good over there. You guys can also go over to One Stop Prop. Tomorrow, we do have a tournament over on One Stop Prop. You guys, again, join the free tournament so that you guys are all set. I'll drop the link tomorrow over on the free tournament so that you guys are all good. And also, come on over here and sign on up to tradecaster.com where I live stream every single day. And I hope you guys are, again, absolutely loving life, enjoying the live stream, being here with me, and you guys are having an absolute blast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us at the start of 2026. We are finishing off our first trade with $519 in gains, baby. Woo! Hey, congratulations, team. Congratulations, traders. We're going to be back after it tomorrow, getting ready to work, getting ready to make that money. The S&P 500 is poised for success as we get ourselves ready to run on up towards brand new record highs. And we just want to say thank you so much, team. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining us, everyone who is here with this absolutely beautiful. Hey, I love you too. Woo! Have a good one, traders. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's get after it. Let's have some fun, and let's